every 40 minutes, we're going to be stopping the show for a team bundle. And each member of my team has picked out some of their fave gemstones, and we've waxed them together for you in a bundle. Can you guess who they belong to? I bet you can this one. Oh, yes. Not that I'm biased, but this is a gorgeous looking bundle right here. We're going to be starting off with this one. You're going to be shocked at the price of this emerald. I have got for you as well, coming up in the show, if we got that picture, I need to show you some of these pieces. I won't tell you the gemstones, see if you can work it out for yourself, but the pieces that you can see now, I have got this stunning gemstone coming up for you, and it's going to be under £30 for a strand of drops. And you know when I say under 30, I do not mean by 5p. It's way under 30. That is going to be coming up for you around 2:30. Genuinely, it's one of the most beautiful strands I've ever seen of this particular gemstone. It's just gorgeous. I've also got for you a little bit of seaside love. There's lots of pastels, there's lots of gentle tones. And in fact, I think we're going to start off with that today. Where are we going to start, Producer Pip? He's walks away. He's literally just walked out to the gallery. We're going to start off with yours. Well, we're going to start off with a bundle. Why not? It'd be rude not to. This is Producer Pip's Emerald Bundle. Let's take a look at them together, and then we'll talk through each one individually. You're going to be absolutely shocked at the price on this. Pip's Bundle. You've got 275 carats worth in total. So on this, let's look at the nugget strand, because this is one of the favourites. This is your double strand of the emerald nuggets. Now on this, you're going to be getting 140 carats worth. This is an 85 centimetre strand, so really lengthy strand that you've got here. In fact, I've just looked, it's 88 centimetres this strand. So that's even longer than our usual double whammy, isn't it? 140 carats worth of this. These are going to add texture to your pieces. You're also going to be getting these beautiful graduated drops. 85 carats. I knew that would be a high carat weight. Look at these. Stunning drops. If you are into drops, I've got a whole section of drops coming up for you later on. 85 carats on this strand, and these are sizable, all the way up to 17 by 9 on these. And then finally, you've got 50 carats of these beautiful perfect rounds, 4 mil on this. It's a 30 centimetre strand. So in this bundle, you've got your staple with the rounds. You've got the staple, the go-to, the piece that a lot of you will work with time and time again, these beautiful rounds. You've got your focal point with the drops. And you've also in this bundle got your texture with the nuggets. Now, wonderful Pip, come out for me, please, and tell me why you've added this as your bundle. We'll have a little chat to our team. My producer is about to pop on out. My producer, Pip. He's the one who sorts out what you're having on the show. He's the one who sorts out the prices we're going to be having. Hello. Hello.
You okay?
Yeah, good. Tell me why you picked emeralds, my love.
It's my birthstone, so obviously it had to be one of my choices, and also it's just one of my favourites. I think everyone knows what emerald is. It's just kind of, it's value, isn't it? It's
3 words. You never play 3 words with me.
Words.
You never play 3 words. I always get guest designers to play. No one else wants to.
I play in there.
3 words to describe emerald.
Rich.
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 You've already said that.
Envy, but in a good way. It makes people know emerald, don't they? They want it. You kind of make people envy you.
So you get envious when you see someone strewn in emerald.
And green.
Good. End on a high, Pip. I think it's best if you go back in there. Rich. Envy. Green. Yeah, completely, Pip. Totally. End on a high. But he's right, though. It does make you think of richness, doesn't it? The fact that you're getting this amount of richness in here, you've got your texture, you've got your focal points, and you've got your essential in this stash. The price today is exceptional. Should be. £26.85 to get your hands on what is essentially 4, if not 5 strands of emerald, really, isn't it? Because this is an 88 centimetre one. And you know our average is around the 30 mark, isn't it? We're giving you a special low price on this today. You're gonna love it. It's nowhere near $26.85. Every single penny we can take off, we will. It's rolling, rolling down. Your price today is exceptional. £16.95 for all of this. That is such a stunner of a deal. You're essentially saving yourself a tenner on this bundle today, aren't you? Pretty much, give or take 10p. For genuine emerald, you've got texture, you've got a focal point, your centre drop, the main focal point of your pieces, and then you've got your total essential. Even working with these together, you are going to have a fully formed piece for $16.95. Oh, no way are you going to be using. How many pieces could you create with this? Let's be honest. Well, let's look at the drop, shall we? Even if you're thinking focal point is the drop, so you could essentially from this make 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 necklaces from this essentially. If you're thinking of this as drops. So 14 individual pieces. Say you just added on, you know, a fair few of the nuggets and ended up using, you know, a fifth, say, of the strand of the rounds as well. You're essentially going to be making a full piece, a full neckline piece with a focal point, beautiful texture, and your essential rounds, those undulating shapes for what? £1, essentially? £1.50? To make an entirely, exclusively emerald selection. I started off with way more than I've got right now. I've only got 26 in total. Hello to Linda, Karen, Rachel, Francis, June as well, Christine, hello Vicky. You're about to check out your basket. Fiona is as well. I've only got 24 left. What we'll say today is, you know I don't like harping on about check out your baskets, but a lot of you, sometimes you'll wait and then check out at the end. I strongly suggest you don't do that. We've had a really busy morning and I don't want you to miss out, especially when I've only got 24 of something. And if you think of the amount of people who are watching right here, right now, 23 is such a tiny amount. BSGC 79, you're making so many pieces from this and you're getting a tenner off. 23 of them in total, that's all I've got left. These beautiful pieces, 275 carats you're getting in total on these strands, which is a hefty amount for something that makes you think rich. It makes you think envy and it makes you think green. £19. Can I think of another word other than green? What that means green? No, just anything. What would I say? Honestly, I would say antiquity. I would say antiquity. It's a gemstone that has been known throughout history. And do you know what? It's also a gemstone that will never ever lose its value. This is never going to lose its value, is it? Emerald. It's constantly going to be one of the big ones, one that people know, one that people go to. And it's also antiquity because if you make a stunning stunning piece, with this working with 925, that is the type of piece that you're going to hand down through your family. It's the type of piece that's going to be in your family for generations and generations. With only 17 left though, you're going to have to be quick on this. You're making yourself a £10 saving for you today. Text message. Thanks Pip. I have been asked to make a bracelet using emerald and didn't have any in my stash. This has come just at the right time. Rachel, no problem. Pip says, my pleasure. He would love to say he was thinking of you when he put it together. He was, apparently he was. He had you in mind, Rachel. 16 of these left at £16.95. Earthy, oh, who messaged that? Oh, Nick in Bridgend, earthy. You're right, Nick, it absolutely is. What I will say is there's 16 left, and I have got 9, by the looks of things, in baskets with people on the phone as well. So you're gonna have to be quick. This is gonna be fastest finger first on this today. Pip's Bundle. BSGC79 is the code on this today. I've got a little text in for my lovely, lovely guest designers today. Love you, Michelle. Knock 'em dead, girl. You're so talented. Of course, I love you too, Becky and Pip. Samantha, thank you very much. Let's say hello to the lovely lady now, shall we? Hello, gorgeous. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you, Rebecca. Yourself?
Good. So it's your first full show.
Yes, it is.
Let's play the 3-word game. I like to do 3 words.
Okay.
Generally, I'll do it on gemstones, but seeing as it's your first show, 3 words to genuinely describe how you're feeling right now.
Nervous.
Yep.
Excited.
Good.
And intrigued to see how it's all going to pan out.
Ooh, you are good at this game already, Rochelle. We'll find out a little bit more about you and we'll look at your pieces a little bit later on. 12 of them left, $16.95. It's your last chance to purchase because I've got loads of you with it in baskets. So, are we starting off with seaside? We're all going on a jolly holiday through gemstones. Whereabouts are we starting, Pippelin? Last chance to get your hands on this. Genuinely, there is plenty of you with it in your baskets and people on the phone. Stay where you are, ever so slight you. Seconds, we will be with you. Down by the sea. Oh, this is the sea in a strand, really. Have a look at this beauty for me. This is so vibrant. This is bright. This is fun. This is gorgeous colour-coated quartz, 80 carats worth in here. Now, if you perhaps don't understand maybe why we coat quartz, because we were actually discussing upstairs earlier on, and even a few of the people who work here always question, I wonder why we do that. Very simply, the reason I always say to you is because we're giving you something via coating that Mother Nature cannot do herself. So this is coated blue quartz. Now, when does Mother Nature ever give you this bright blue quartz? Never, if very, very rarely. And the fact of the matter is, we're literally just beautifying this gemstone. We're just giving you something. Could you imagine if we didn't have any treatments on any gemstones around the world? It just wasn't a done thing. You'd essentially have, what, a mixture of 30 gems? Realistically, all in the same colours, maybe in slightly different cuts. The fact that you're getting such a powerful impact, but you've still got a genuine gemstone, we're offering you versatility and diversity for your purpose, for your stall, for your website, however you sell or whoever you make for. We're giving you variety there. And the thing is, the coating isn't a paint. We haven't painted this on. It's not like an emulsion. Because if you have a look, when I put my fingers behind here and move them out of the way, you'll be able to see these are completely clear. They've still got clarity to them. It's literally just a little overlay just to give you something really fun, bright, poppy, but still it's a genuine gemstone. 80 carats worth you have on this strand, and it is graduated from 6x3 to 10x5, which means not only have you got these gorgeous colour pop, but also you've got so much versatility in this strand. So much versatility. Your price today for this gorgeous, genuine quartz is stunning. £6.95 for you today. Michelle, what would you think of doing with this lovely strand?
That looks lovely on its own, actually. Just beaded as a necklace, it would look very, very pretty. But I'm also thinking possibly chainmail would look rather nice with that.
Oh, I like the idea. If you were going to do chainmail with this, what colour metal would you be working with, do you think?
I'd probably work with the silver to bring out the sharpness of the blue.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely chainmail.
Because it is a really powerful, impacting blue, isn't it? It's that type of blue that makes you look like you've got an instant tan. And I love that about it. £6.95. This is a stunner of a deal for you today. JCRU72 is your code. If you love that price, I've got plenty more goodies coming up for you. Plenty more. When I say goodies, think of, I'm sure everyone's will be different, but as I say, the most luxurious gem in the world, what comes to your mind? Most luxurious. What comes into your mind? Is it this by any chance? Diamonds. Blue diamonds. look at the sparkle on these. Diamond makes you think of luxury. It makes you think of these scarlets of the silver screen. It makes you think of just high-end luxury in its highest form. It makes you think of rarity. And it also makes you think of sparkle, which is exactly what you've got here. The reason it's so sparkly is purely just the nature of the gemstone itself, the way it deals with light and the way it essentially reflects light back to the eye in such a powerful, impacting way. You get, this is one of those strands I'd call a paparazzi strand. As you spin it, you get these photographic flashes, just at every single angle. 8 carats worth of genuine blue diamond. Now we know how difficult diamond is to get. We understand that diamond for a lot of people is a really luxurious, high-end, and also almost something you strive for, isn't it, to work with diamond. Our diamond is totally, as with all of our gemstones, completely ethically sourced. And to be honest, not everybody can say that. They truly cannot. Our company completely and absolutely can. This is ethically sourced. We have not, gone anywhere and done anything outrageous or done anything that even morally would be seen as wrong to get these. And genuinely, not a lot of places can honestly say that to you. Now, what I need to say to you is I've already got people on the lines for this, which means I've now only got 11 left of this. Your price for genuine, stunning, ethically sourced, which is so important if you're a savvy shopper. Your price today. Wait there. £49.95 for diamonds that have been, and let's face it, if we're talking ethically sourced, if we're talking fair for everyone and the environment, and we're thinking fair for people, £49.95, just that you can buy in confidence and know that these are genuine, they are ethically sourced, that is exceptional for diamond. Stand out, hands down, shocking. The 5 or 6 people who have just bought it, do not worry. You will be paying the price I'm actually about to drop this to. £49.95 is the price. You've seen this on TV, you've seen it online, not today. Your price. It's just beyond belief. £34.95, but that's because it's your last chance offer. 9 of these I've got left, 8. These are going to start going down really fast. Don't worry, those 6, 7, 8 people who have already bought this, do not worry, you'll be paying that price as well. It will be deducted from your account, do not worry about it. £34.95 for a gemstone that you can be sure you've got the beauty. And do you know what? If you don't believe that you do, get it home 30-day money-back guarantee. Even if you get loads today and you just want to have a look at it in the flesh, fine, 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't absolutely love it when you get it home, you can send it back. It's not a problem. But you're going to be getting beauty. You're going to be getting the most exclusive, I'm sure it's safe to say, gemstone strand essentially in the world, the most high-end, the most luxurious, a lot of the time it's thought as, isn't it? But also, you're going to be getting home a strand that you are absolutely safe in the knowledge that nothing underhand has gone on to get this. Nothing at all. There's been so many films, so many documentaries about diamonds and about ways that they can be sourced. You know, there was that film a few years ago, wasn't there, Blood Diamond, which told a very impactful and very, very true story about the way that a lot of diamonds are got. Ours are totally, absolutely ethical, so you can purchase for beauty, exclusivity, ethically peace of mind, and you're getting all of that for just £34.95. You've got a saving on top of this. I've only got 2 left. There are loads of web bids. You guys on the web, it's going to be first come, first serve, because I've got people on the phone lines waiting to take this out of your basket. please do check out, guys. It's so important. Congratulations on getting that. It's such an exceptional strand. Really, it's so beautiful. You're going to absolutely love it. Where are we going next? Box number 9. Okay. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. What are you thinking of this strand first off, lovely Michelle?
That's just beautiful.
Just
blue's my favourite colour as well, so for me...
It's a lot of people's favourite colour. Apparently it's the most popular colour, actually.
And I can also see it with the pink pyrite that you do.
Oh yeah, I'd love that with it. I would love that with it. What would you think of doing with this as a jewellery designer?
There is a piece that I would make a bracelet out of it, which I've made something similar in a kit I've done today, and I'd use just a few of those to stand out.
Oh yes, the Destiny bracelet that you can have a little look at later on. 55 carats worth you're getting of this blue colour coated pyrite. Pyrite is a stunning gemstone because this body of colour, this submetallic lustre, is just what grabs your attention, and that's one of the reasons you get such a high shine, because unlike with gemstones that have the clarity to them where the light enters and then bounces back off one of the facets, the light doesn't necessarily enter this gemstone essentially because it is so opaque, because it's got that metallic appearance to it. So all of this light is just dancing on the surface, and that is very much so enhanced by the gorgeous coating on it, because it gives you such an interesting effect on these. 55 carats blue colour coated pyrite. The price today is so low. £5.95. Genuinely, how often do you see that price on this channel? Genuinely, how often? Not very at all. £5.95, and this is a 30 centimetre strand. No spaces on this. This is pyrite on pyrite on pyrite. £5.95 for so much sparkle, for so much of a beautiful colour. And let's face it, if it is one of the most popular colours in the world for everyone, then you've got a piece there that's going to attract a lot of people. Because even if you don't particularly love blue, someone else will. And at the end of the day, especially if you're making to sell, you're not making for yourself, you're making for the public, aren't you? £5.95 for you on this today. You know, we've just had that diamond. I've got another stunning high-end gemstone strand here for you now. Wow. Wowzers. You've had emeralds, you've had diamonds, and now you've got topaz. What a good first 25 minutes. 40 carats worth of this beautiful blue topaz. These are your faceted rondelles. The lovely thing with the faceted rondelle is you get so much interest on the sides. You get something that really draws your eye in with a rondelle. It's beautiful to work with. Topaz is one of those gemstones which has been renowned for quality. It has been seen time and time again in pieces by, you know, who am I thinking? Dior, Van Cleef uses it a lot, Cartier, Tiffany has worked with beautiful topaz before as well. It's one of those gemstones that is so sought after that it's got this... it's almost got its place in society's consciousness, if that makes sense. I think it's a gemstone that, you know, when you're growing up, think of the gemstones you knew growing up and maybe the ones you've only recently discovered. So when I was younger, I wouldn't have been able to tell you what jasper was, or agate, or labradorite. I wouldn't be able to tell you that. I know diamonds, I know emeralds, and I know topaz. It's one of those that no matter what your age, it's so out there, it's so dynamic, which is great, because if you have this on your stand, just have it labelled up as topaz, and people are already going to have a perceived value in their head of what this is going to likely to cost. They're going to have that idea in their head because it's topaz, and because they know it, and because they've seen it used by all the big designers. They're going to have an idea in their mind of what it's going to be worth and what you're going to be selling it at. The price we're going to sell it at today, is jaw-dropping. I honestly don't understand this. £9.95, genuinely, for this stunning topaz. Do your research. Feel free to go and do your research. Even if, right, Pip, let's do online, let's do live price comparison. Find me a 1 carat blue sapphire, please. Blue topaz, please. Earring, pendant, whatever, just a 1 carat will be fine. So when we talk about carat weight, if you're unsure about carat weight, what we mean when we say carat weight is it's a way of measuring and weighing gemstones. So it's 5 grams to a, yeah, go on, to a carat. 1 carat, this is a live price comparison. And what is it? What is it? A ring. So we've got, it's a silver looking metal, but it doesn't state whether or not it's actual genuine silver. 1 carat ring, what was the price? £22.59. Now he's finding other ones on there that's 27, 30, 40 for 1 carat, but we'll stick with that one. So 22, what was it? 22.59. Let's be fair about this. Let's take away, let's imagine it's 925 that it's with. It might not be, it's not stated, but let's imagine it's 925 and let's just work out, let's even knock off 10 carats to make up for the silver. Let's do that price times by 30 because that's 1 carat. We're getting 40 in this, but I'll knock off 10 carats to be fair, to do a more than likely price comparison. Say we're imagining that's you know, a section of that price is for the actual silver. What would that be then? Times 30. So 22.29 times by 30. £676, and that's times by 30. That's not me being over the top and saying let's make it up to 40. I'm making a count there for a bit of silver. You're looking at over £600, and the thing is that is on a popular website and it has been bought before numerous times. You're getting an entire strand, 40 carats worth, for £9.95. Do your research, it is imperative. FERU 32. The fact of the matter is that you know we're doing this for £9.95, but think about what everyone else is looking at. Think about what everyone else is seeing when they're going online and they see a 1 carat ring for that price. It is special. Have a little look at this for me. This is, no, wait, hang on. I don't want to show this. No, I don't think it is that. Is it? No way. No way. The price? No way. I cannot believe what we're going to do on this. This is your blue sapphire. Now, I know that it looks jet under this light, and I will say it is a very, very, very dark sapphire, but it is gorgeously blue. It's just these lights maybe aren't doing it that much justice. 20 carats worth of this. Now, do you know what I'll say to you? We keep telling you time and time again about sapphire and how it's impossible to get your hands on it now. And I said this to you the other day, didn't I? I understand that we keep saying that, and then you've seen quite a bit of sapphire recently. But that's purely because when we bought this sapphire, it's like 6 months ago we got our hands on it. But of course, you've got to get it out of the mine when you've said how much you want, and then they have to get it shaped by one area, then they have to get it stranded by another area. It has to go for lab tests, it has to have its guarantee put on it, it has to be shipped over here. So for us to get it, we actually ordered this about 6 months ago. Now that we're trying to get our hands on sapphire, we cannot. Main locations that we get our sapphire from, there's a buy-in ban, not just for us, for everyone who buys from that mine, for so many different reasons. So this really is your opportunity to get your hands on sapphire whilst you can, because honestly, we genuinely, for love nor money, can't get it at the moment at all. So you're seeing a lot of it in the last, 3-4 weeks, you'll have seen a lot of it. But in 3-4 months, you won't see any. Hardly any. 20 carats worth of this beautiful blue sapphire. I cannot believe we're doing this price. I know. Honestly, what do you think of that price?
I'm on the wrong show. I should be at home buying all of that.
It's exceptional though, isn't it? Isn't that
It's stunning.
exceptional? Imagine if you got those diamonds and sapphires. If you've bought both of these today, you have got such a good choice. And do you know what? You're going to be making high-end boutique pieces time after time with these strands. £28.95 for genuine sapphire. I cannot tell you enough how little of sapphire you're going to see very, very soon. Because what we could do, if we wanted to, we could store up the sapphire to make way for when we haven't got any for 6 months, because we can't buy any now, so in 6 months' time we're not going to have any. Simple fact, in 6 months' time we won't have any on, because we haven't been able to buy some for 3 or 4 weeks now, so we won't. Simply we won't. And yes, we could store it all up and save it and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. But A, it's going to take up a lot of space in our warehouse, and B, we don't want to do that and then maybe chance it and hike up the price. We're totally transparent with you. We've got it at a great deal. We've got it right here. We've got it right now. We want to offer you it. £28.95 for serious, stunning sapphire. 20 carats worth of your blue sapphire. OJYY28 for you today. Now, Michelle, we are coming over to you in approximately 4 minutes. So if you want to get out what you're going to be making and pop it on the desk for us, that'd be great. I've got loads on the phone for this. Thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. We have got a true treat for you today. I've got so many goodies coming up. And honestly, when you see what wonderful Michelle has created, you are going to fall head over heels in love with them. And if you are into high end, high end in a bundle, let me just show you this. This is coming up in the bundle. Why have I gone so high? Because I'm excited. Sapphire in a bundle in a designer inspiration kit. Oh my days. Let me have a look at this actually. The pink next to the blue. Ooh. That looks good. Do you know what I actually love about this combo? If you've just bought this sapphire, strongly encourage you to get your hands on the designer inspiration kit. Do you know what I love? These are both sapphire, but aren't they so different? And I love that. It goes to show that you can get sapphire for everyone. Someone who's maybe a bit girly, maybe likes things a little bit simple, a little bit boho, you get the pink in the designer inspiration kit. Maybe you've got someone who likes strong strength and likes to be a bit of centre of attention. You go for the highly faceted, beautiful blue that's on screen right now, $28.95. Whatever you do, you're going to be getting sapphire galore today. There's plenty of you with it in your baskets. Again, you need to check out for me, honestly, because I can see a lot of you are sitting there and waiting with it, and there are people on the phones as well. So let's have a little look at this kit, shall we? This is what we gave to lovely, lovely Michelle a couple of weeks ago to have a play with, and when you see the pieces, you're going to fall in love as well. This is the 3-strand designer inspiration kit, and you've got 20 meters of wire in this as well. So this sapphire, how often do we have sapphire in a designer inspiration kit? I can't think of a time that I've done that. I truly cannot. And the thing is, designer inspiration kits, you know what we do. We do you lowest of low discount price that we can possibly do for you. We truly, truly do. We get our prices right down low bottom because it's our chance to offer you inspiration, education, and a deal as well. We like to do it all together. We want you to get your hands on a kit, make a note of today's date, watch us back on Jewellery Maker YouTube, or watch us throughout the night. We play throughout the night often. And then once you get this kit winging its way to you, you can watch and make along as well. But then we still like it so that you've got plenty left over to make many of the goodies and let your own inspiration go wild. The fact you've got sapphire in something that I know is going to be a cracking saving is spectacular. You've got, of this pink sapphire, 20 carats worth in these plain ovals. You've also got beautiful multicoloured beryl. Don't they just sit beautifully together? I love baby pinks and bluey pink tones together. And you've got it on this mixed beryl strand. Beryl, as we know, it's one of the highest sought after of all gemstone families. Great graduation on this as well. I love a good graduation. These are 2x1 to 4x2, so it's a really beautiful, delicate graduation, which means you're going to have versatility to your pieces. You've also got this blue colour-coated quartz, which is actually the piece I have in my necklace that I showed you earlier on. 150 carats worth we have of this, and these are really sizable amounts. Blue colour-coated graduated medium nuggets, hefty in size, all the way up to 18 by 11. And do you know what I would say that I actually really love about this and this designer inspiration that lovely Michelle has made? When I look at that, you know what I'm like? I would instantly think ring. I would instantly say to you, maybe you only want to use, you know, 1, maybe 3 of these on each piece. But then you look at my necklace, I've got 5 pieces on here. It doesn't look over the top. It doesn't feel too chunky or too weighty. It's just, come here you, it's just wearable, easy, and just stunning in general. Now, you're going to be getting these 3 strands, and I said you'd have wire as well, which I've got for you. 10 metres of your 0.4, one of your most popular, silver coloured, and 10 metres of your 0.8 as well in here. So you're going to be getting 20 metres of wire, massive, huge, statement coloured quartz, 150 carats, 25 carats of your oh so luxurious multi-beryl strands, and 20 carats of genuine pink, one of the rarer colours, sapphire. The price for Sapphire Dream. Let me tell you, this pink sapphire strand, $24.95. That's taken into account sales that are on this and price it's been brought down to, $24.95. Bear that in mind. Your price today, £54.75 is amazing, but it's not a designer inspiration kit price. $24.95, $24.95, $24.95 for the sapphire, for the whole thing. £34.75. It's 75 because we've taken off every single penny we possibly can on this today. So you are getting, for essentially, what is that? Tenner. For a tenner, you're getting these and this. Just less than a tenner. So £9 something you're getting. So that means you've not only got a £20 saving, £20 off. That's a designer inspiration kind of price, isn't it? Price discount, £20 off. But also, this is $24.95. So for £9, what? £9.80, say, saving, you're getting 4 extra goodies. So essentially, you're paying, what, like £2 for each strand and each reel? Do you want to hear something super amazing? See this beryl? $11.95. So, what I'm basically saying to you is, you can, if you want to, now go on the website and purchase these 2. Just these 2, okay? If you wanted to. Say you've got wire at home, say you've got a nice chunky strand that you're thinking of using. You could go online and just buy these 2 for £36.90. Just these two, £36.90 if you wanted to. But you may as well get it today at less than that, $34.75, and free. You're getting an extra strand and 20 meters of wire. This is truly a deal and a half. Buy 2 strands, you're going to be paying more. This is a designer inspiration kit, and honestly, when you see what wonderful Michelle has created, you're going to want to get your hands on this. Because what I will say is, designer inspiration kit, although we do great discounts, the pieces you've created, you need things like sapphire and beryl for it, because they're high-end pieces, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They seriously are. Truly, I am completely overawed. You saw my jaw dropped when I walked in this morning and saw these gorgeous pieces, and I'm sure you will do the same. Truly, to create these pieces, you're gonna want sapphire, you're gonna want your beryl, because they're so boutique looking.
They definitely are, and they stand out on their own. They don't really need much assistance from anything else, so, which is why some of the designs are quite delicate.
Yeah.
Because I believe in letting the stones speak for themselves, and they do need to speak for themselves. The sapphire is beautiful.
Isn't it absolutely
stunning.
Exceptional? You were very lucky to get
I
that, you know. I don't think I've seen sapphire in a kit before. Whose arm did you have to twist for that? Have a look at these pieces, because they are truly exceptional. And you're going to learn how to make one of them today. Do you know what I want to say about this? This isn't stranded through the centre, is it?
No.
Isn't that so exceptional? So you essentially could use a cab for that.
You can. Yes.
You have made from this kit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces. That is serious amount you've managed to do. I love that ring. On the rings as well, that's gem setting too, isn't it?
It is.
Even on the little ones. Have you seen her bracelet? This is the Destiny bracelet we were talking about. It's super beautiful. Destiny. Isn't that beautiful? With the gemstones, the gorgeous multi-beryl just hidden around the back and then over the Y. We are going to be showing you how to make some seriously gorgeous pieces today. But Michelle, you've only had half an hour in your screen test with us before. So if people didn't catch you then, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a full-time working mum of 2. I have a 3 and a 5-year-old, and had postnatal depression through both of my pregnancies. It was very severe. And jewellery was my release. It was my escape from the real world, if you like, for want of a better description. And it was the way that I was able to release tension and stress that sometimes I would feel. So you could go and take yourself off into a room and just sit and work with it. That's basically where it's come from.
And how long have you been making for?
I started jewellery making probably since about 2011. I think I took the plunge when Jewellery Maker was on the air. I think I used to watch for about 6 months before I actually decided I was going to have a go. And then the opportunities open up to try wire and chainmail and a load of other techniques.
And how do you get your pieces out to the public?
I do craft stores, little craft stores for schools and things like that. But with working full time, it's really hard. So I tend to make a lot of commission pieces. So somebody might say, oh, it's somebody's birthday, can you make me something? So that's generally where they come off.
That's wonderful, isn't it? Now, Pip's just asked, can you show the back of your ring, please?
Back of my ring?
Yeah, because it was his favourite thing. Have a look at this, it's stunning. This is with the gem setting. Can you see at the back there? Everyone else was captivated by the front of the gems and like, wow, look at that. No, Pip, straight to the back of it. It's £34.75. You have got a £20 saving. You've got sapphire in there and multi-beryl. If you bought the beryl and the sapphire together, you'd be paying closer to $37 just for those 2 strands. But then on top of that, you've got 20 meters of wire, 10 of your 0.4, 10 of your 0.8, and this huge, gorgeous, chunky strand of your blue quartz. What do you think of that price?
It's a fantastic price, especially with sapphires and aquamarine in it.
Stunning,
definitely,
isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic
So
price.
we're going to be looking at how to create this gorgeous piece. Where are we going to be starting with it?
Well, what I've planned for this one will be sort of short demos with various items.
Brilliant.
Because a lot of the pieces are made with just one piece of wire.
Get
So those who are a bit intimidated by wire and really don't feel comfortable making big pieces with lots and lots of wire, I'm hoping this will encourage people to try something with just a single strand of wire. So it's made all in one piece of wire.
Brilliant. We
hopefully.
love that. It's
Yes.
fab. So we're going to be starting off by creating a few.
We certainly are. So we're going to try off by trying to start your lettering on your bracelet, on your necklace.
My lovely necklace. Take a little look. So we are going to be having a look at, and you do all these freehand, which I was absolutely shocked at. Really shocked. So is this with the 0.8 then?
This is 0.8 wire, and
Brilliant.
then we'll wrap with the 0.4 in a moment.
Fab.
So what I would tend to do is leave it on the reel, because you're going to make it with one piece of wire. It's easier to leave it on the reel until you've got almost to the end and you need to start wrapping it.
I see.
So for this we'll be using our round nose pliers.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to make it a letter B, we need to give it a tail at the bottom.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone can see
Yeah.
with your necklace. So we need to make the tail at the bottom here.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you have to bear in mind is your letters need to face the way it would be written normally. So you're working backwards rather than forwards.
I see.
So we will just put a curl on the end of the wire, which basically brings the wire up straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then to make the B, we take it sort of, I don't know, half a centimetre, half an inch up the wire and tease it round. Yeah, so you just have and with your thumb, just try and make an arc. So as you bring it round the wire, so you're really moving your wrist to make the letters rather than the wire and the pliers. So you tease it round to make the letter B.
Okay.
So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hook it around the back, because you don't want it to move once you've got to that point.
I see.
With it being 0.8mm wire, it's not work hardened or anything. So if you were to pull it, it will pull out of shape.
Pull out.
So what we need to do is just, with the B, we just need to basically force it, well, I say force it, sort of bend it round the straight part
Okay.
you have here. So bend it over.
So that's holding it in
So
place,
that
but
holds
it's also
that
a design
shape
feature, isn't it?
In
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
Fab.
So it gives you your letter.
Mhm.
And then with your flat nose pliers, just sort of give it a squish to keep it in place.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what you do then is hold it in the centre here, and then again tease the wire around with the thumb to make the letter B.
And you're just
bring it round.
warming that wire first,
Yeah.
aren't you?
And what I would do is I would bring it in over the top at that point, because what we're going to need to do now is secure it in at this point here.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're going to hook it.
So we're going to do exactly the same at the bottom that we did at the top.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just going to hook it round. And that gives you your letter B. Again, we'll just get
Fab.
the pliers and squish it in place. So it just sort of holds.
Ah, the squish technique.
So there you go. So that's our letter
Fab.
B. And then what we will do from there is, with the flat nose pliers, we need to obviously make a frame around that letter now in order to weave around it, and then obviously hook it onto your stones. So I then, again, it's all wrist movements. So it would be turn the wrist sort of upside down,
Yeah.
hold it sort of just past the letter B and tease it round.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, just as you're going, use your thumb to bring it round into an arc shape.
I can see. Yeah.
Yep. Until you're perfectly happy with it. So obviously some letters will be more circular, some will be a bit rounder. And again, it'll all be working it round to make it fit. I generally keep the wire in the same, or the pliers in the same place as you're pulling it round.
And I suppose that lets the wire go where it wants to a bit, doesn't it?
Exactly.
So you're not forcing.
No, exactly, and it would eventually it would give it a very natural curve.
Yeah.
So you would basically land up with something like
I
looks
see.
like that.
Fab.
So we'll continue on to go round.
And you know what I love about this? You could do all the letters of the alphabet,
You could do
couldn't you?
anything.
And just have them on your stall, and then people could pick and choose what names they were going to have. And then maybe, would you charge per letter perhaps?
You can charge per letter. Certainly the letter writing is the biggest or next biggest thing in at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, you could, the directions you could take it is if you've got a pop fan, you wanted like One Direction, or
yeah, of course.
it opens up quite a way
Yeah.
into designing your own jewellery. So
That's a great idea.
yes, so that's the letter B as it stands at the moment, and obviously we need to create the frame around it. So what we need to do is just continue pulling it all the way around. Again, just trying to just hold the wire, tease it out where it may be bent, tease it round.
So you just loop it around, so
Literally
it's all following
looping
on from
around
each
until
other.
you actually you'll come back to the beginning here.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, which is where we'll cut the wire off.
Okay.
Oops. Hands have started to shake now.
Don't worry. Do not worry. Take your time.
So at this point, I would then probably put the pliers down. We could cut it off because we know roughly how much we're going to need. So I always cut a bit more than I need. It's always better to have too much than not enough.
Especially with this such a structural wire and the shape
Yes.
you're doing, you couldn't add on to this, could you?
No. So what we're then going to do is obviously just tease it round so that it makes the shape you want, like so.
I got it. So you just ease
It
to
round,
shape.
and eventually you'll have it so it looks like a perfect oval or almost a perfect circle.
Yeah, fab.
And then what we do is we then get the 0.4mm wire, and I always start at the point where the bend is.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would always start here.
Yeah, no matter what the letter, where the
Yes.
little kick comes
where
out.
the little kick comes out is a place where I always start.
I suppose that gives it some symmetry, but also it's quite a natural starting position, I suppose, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. So what I tend to do, I think I did on that one, was 3 on the outer edge and then looped it across the 2 for 2 times, I think. Yes.
Okay.
So we just anchor it in place. And the weaves are, you can use any weave you like, really. You don't necessarily have to use the use whatever you feel comfortable with or whatever you think makes the prettiest design.
And why do you do that one? Is that just...
I do lots of different ones, but I think personally for that one, I think it just makes the stone stand out and the letters sort of stand out.
And I suppose if you are thinking of doing individual letters and have people coming up, you're going to want to keep the same weave so there's a symmetry, because you don't want someone, you know, having one weave and one letter that's completely different.
No.
And if you were to charge per letter, of course, you're going to have to make sure, because you don't know what the names are going to be, that you have the same layout and the same technique for each.
Yes.
So that is important. And if you did charge per letter, I'm just thinking, as soon as someone with a long name came, be sorted, wouldn't you? Joe, a couple of quid. Like Engelbert Humperdinck, you are in the money, aren't you then?
You certainly would be, yes. I just put it on the wrong section of the wire then, so apologies.
That's all right, don't be silly.
So
I just want to let you know there's plenty of you have got your hands on this. Some of you are getting yourself a couple, probably because it's got that sapphire in it. And it's got that gorgeous strand of beryl as well. But there is 4 of you at the moment with it in baskets. It's really important you check out. And there's 7 on the phone, apparently, lovely Pips just told me. It's really important that you do check out those baskets, purely because I know a lot of you might think, oh, I'll wait till the end of this and see. But it might have gone by then, because we've already had so many people purchasing this and people are still on the phone. So do stay where you are to get your hands on this, because you know what, even if you're not going to make these pieces, even if, you know, wire work isn't your thing, you're still going to be saving money. Even if you're not thinking of using the wire at all, you're still saving a crazy amount of money, because for just those 2 strands, it was closer to £37 for just those 2 strands. And then you've got your extra bonus of the big one, and the big ones, the big quartz as well, for nothing. So do get your hands on it now whilst you can, and please, you 4, one of you has checked out, there's 3 of you now, thank you very much, do check out your baskets.
So we've anchored it onto the wireframe that we've created. I've done 3 wraps, and then you'll do 2 wraps across both wires.
Okay.
So if it gets twisted, untwist it at the point. So if it sort of twists like that,
Yeah.
always sort of tease it out that way. If you pull it that way, the knot becomes tighter, and then the wire will then work hard on itself, and then it will just break.
Yeah. Good
And with
tip.
this, because you're constantly weaving it in and out,
Yeah.
it does get caught quite often. So
We would love to know what you think of lovely Michelle's designs. We've had some lovely messages in already. Do keep sending in your messages. You can text us 60777. Start your text with the word JM Studio. Alternatively, go on our website. You see a box that says send a message to the studio. Let us know what you think of the pieces. Get in touch if you've got questions. This is your show. It's your chance to get involved with the family. And we've got one here. Debbie. Hi, Becky and Michelle. Hello. Wow. Exquisite work. Love it all. Debbie Pepper.
she's lovely.
Oh,
She's been a big support to me. Well, they've all been a big support to me on Facebook. They really have.
that's nice.
So it's been really comforting to know that they're there.
Oh, that's lovely, because it is nice to know, isn't it?
Yes,
it is
it is.
special, it's important. Thank you very much for that, Debbie.
So we've gone round the frame 3 times, and then we're now going to wrap this top frame 3 times on its own as well.
Okay.
So
you've anchored it on over both,
yes,
and now you're just focusing on that top, the outer
that's
loop.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What will happen is as we go round, so
Yeah.
I've wrapped it 3 times, and then we're going to do that one again. So if I just do this quite quickly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you're going around all 2 again at this point.
Yeah, and then once you've done 3 wraps, you then come in underneath the wire you have that's loose,
Yeah.
and then you hook it in on the top, like so. And again, I'm quite I like things that are neat, so I always like them butted up to one another
Yeah.
to make sure they all sit nice and neatly. So again, wrap it around the outer frame 3 times,
And then around both.
and then up through the B, or up through the frame. You're gonna have to excuse me, I'm gonna have to take this bracelet off because it keeps catching. Sorry. And then up through there. And then it all depends on what you want to do, whether you want to create it as part of a pendant or whether you want to create it in a bracelet. If you were going to do a bracelet, I would recommend you put the loops in either side.
Okay.
So we'd put a loop in here, and then we'd put a loop in there. But for your pendant or for your necklace, we've put the loop up the top here. So
Okay.
at this point, before I got too close to the centre,
Yeah.
I would then go in with my pliers and find roughly where the centre of the frame is, and then I would bring the wire around, and I always take it round the back. I don't bring it round the front because I just think it just looks a little neater.
Is that just to be neat?
Yes.
I see. It does give it, I do know what you mean, because that sort of thing catches the eye. Again, for every letter, make sure you're doing the same
Yeah.
technique.
Yeah. So at that point I would then put the loop in,
I see.
like so.
Lovely.
Okay. And then obviously you just continue all the way around the frame
Yeah.
until you have your desired letter. So if you're on the bracelet, you do a loop either side, so it would be a connect to either side, whether you use a head pin or whether you were to use as a main feature of a bracelet, or if it was just a letter on its own, then you just have the loop at the top, and then you could have it as a charm on a
Fab.
bracelet.
Yeah, of course. How lovely.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. Great. So
then you
do,
just-
when you're finishing it off, how do you wrap off on this?
So what I would do, if we just pretend I've got all the way to the end, I've left a tail here.
At the very beginning.
At the very beginning there's a tail.
Okay.
As you've brought it all the way round, sorry,
No, sorry, don't worry. You're doing really well.
I'm shaking like a leaf.
No, don't be silly. You're doing absolutely brilliantly. Honestly, you're doing fab.
So with this tail, you bring it all the way around, and then I personally use the tail, rather than using this wire, I use the tail to hold it in place. For a number of reasons really. Because it secures this tail to the frame.
Yes.
But also the wire is actually on the inside rather than the outside of the frame. So if it was to snap, say if this piece was to snap off, the wire could essentially just ping out. So if I secure it from the frame,
that's a really good tip. So securing it with the tail that usually just gets left for security.
Well,
you've actually left it here for a reason then.
And then when I've done that, what I would do is I don't need all of this obviously, so I just cut off the excess.
Yeah.
And obviously we want to hide it, so we just put a little loop in and bring it all the way around and hide it around the back.
Oh, I cannot wait to have a go at this tonight. I'm so glad. Oh my days.
So then it would be almost invisible at the back.
That is fab, isn't it? That is so beautiful. All of that just created with one of your base wires and some of your 0.4.
Yeah, we've got a letter A.
Oh, I like the A, and that floral almost. It's gorgeous. What a lovely selection we've got here. So I'll give you, would you like a time heads up? You've got approximately 27 minutes left. So what would you like to show us next?
Well, I thought it would be quite nice to show the blue stones in this pendant here. You don't always have to use the hole that the stone is, the drilled hole that the stone is meant to thread. You can always frame it with actually using this sort of technique.
Ah, wonderful.
So what we would do again with a 0.8mm wire.
Yeah. Well, before we start on this, I did say to you that we were going to have some team treats. Michelle, this is Pete. He's sometimes known as Lycra Pete.
Okay.
Tell people at home why you're called Lycra Pete, Pete. Pete's our floor manager.
Because Vicky Carr made a very inappropriate comment about me.
What? About wearing
Lycra?
Lycra?
Me wearing Lycra.
Do you cycle?
No.
Where has she got this idea from?
She just made it up. So.
No way does someone make that up. I think, has she seen a photo somewhere?
No, she just made it up.
Oh yeah, that old chestnut. Lycra Pete's bundle.
Yeah. I like how I'm the only person who has like a forename on this, Lycra Pete. Everyone else is like Ben's bundle.
Yeah.
Pip's bundle.
Lycra Pete's bundle.
Yeah.
Lycra Pete, tell us exactly why you have chosen this beautiful Prehnite to be your favourite.
Well, green's my favourite colour.
Why?
For a start. It reminds me of Earth. It reminds me of science. It's the colour of science.
It's the colour of science. Discuss.
Oh.
Tell me more. I've never heard that.
I just love it.
Why is it the colour of science, Pete?
I don't know.
It makes you
I
think.
just always knew that it was the colour of science.
Oh wow, I've never heard that before. Have you, Michelle?
Never heard of that.
No. Have you heard it at home?
No,
Maybe it's just us, Pete. Maybe it's just us. So it's the colour of science. What else?
Yeah. It reminds me of the Amazonian rainforest. So that's why.
Have you ever been?
No.
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 Okay.
It just reminds me of things that I've never been or know about.
It reminds you of things you don't know about and places you've never been. Yeah. Pete, that is beautiful. That is so special. For Pete to be a full-time presenter, please text 60777. Start your text with, I love Lycra Pete. Nice work, Pete. Love ya. Oh my gosh, isn't he just delicious? Lycra Pete's bundle, 530 carats worth of these today. You've got in here 3 separate strands of your beautiful Prehnite, 130 carats of the rondelles in the centre here, and these are 8x5. 200 carats of the puffy coins in here, 12mm, and 200 carats of the faceted rectangles. 14x10 on these ones today. The colour of science, apparently. Amazonian rainforest. Forever now this will make me think of Lycra. Your price today for 530 carats of the Prehnite should be £20.85. But because Lycra Pete is quite clearly going to be our new presenter, let's give you a cheeky discount. Your price today, £16.95. Pete, one word, describe that price.
Amazing.
Amazing! £16.95 for you today. 130 carats of the rondelles, 200 of the coins, and 200 carats of the rectangles as well. £16.95. Pete, you are super popular, my love. Come here, Pete. Pete, come on. Come in to me. Don't read it from over there. You read that out like a presenter. Now practice.
Like a presenter.
Pete, come here. Come on, love. I don't bite.
Oh, nice choice, Pete.
And who's it from?
From Alyssa.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got another one in. Here you go. Presenter Pete. You've got to do it in your best presenter. Come on. Think of it. Voice. You do have a presenter voice, Pete. Go on.
Oh, you've gone.
Oh, you've gone. Here we go.
That looked good.
That looked good. Oh.
Is it rude to refer to my bundle?
Is it, Pete, rude to refer to men's bundles?
No. Oh, what are you Oh, this is the worst.
Do you want to go back to being floor manager, Pete? Okay, I'll let you. Go on then.
Thank you.
No probs. Bye, Pete. Well done, Pete. Very charming young man, that Pete, says Tanya. He is charming, isn't he? Isn't he? Pete, are you single?
Yeah.
Any granddaughters who might be interested in Pete, just text us in maybe. Lovely Pete, he's a true gentleman. This is his choice and it's an ever so popular one. There's loads of you purchasing this. Whether you love the gemstone or you just love Lycra Pete, get your hands on this wonderful bundle, £16.95 for you today. Isn't he a charmer?
He's lovely, bless him. He's as nervous as I feel.
Isn't he? I don't know why. When he's there sorting everything out, organising the whole show, he's life and soul. Put him in front of a camera. I don't think you could be a presenter, could you, Pete?
No.
Would you get nervous?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd get nervous. Michelle, where are we heading with this design then?
Right. Well, those would look lovely in the design we're actually going to do for this pendant here.
Ooh, you're right, some of the larger ones. Yeah.
So, what we're going to do for this one, again, this is made in one section of wire. So for this we need our 0.8mm wire and our round nose pliers. Put that to the side for a minute.
Okay, so this is again with your 0.8 as the base.
Yes. So we are basically now going to create a frame to sit around the stone.
Okay.
So with your 0.8mm wire, and I believe there is a tool that will give you perfect size ovals. I don't know the name of the tool. It's like a baler, I think.
Oh,
and it has different grades.
Yeah.
It has different grades.
Yeah.
I try to do it by wire, but if you've got the baler, it would be ideal.
Great. What about a ring mandrel? You know the small mandrels we do, the really thin ones. Could you do it that as well?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to choose the largest point on our pliers, which is that bit there.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to pop the end of the wire, just so it pokes out of the pliers there.
Got it.
And then we're just going to bring it round in an oval. So you just have a circle, like so.
Lovely.
And then what we will do is we'll put that in and just bring that back round. So you get almost like a figure of 8.
Yeah, I see. So you've done a little almost figure of 8 in a sense.
Yes. And then what you'll do is you'll take them out. So as you brought it all the way around to the front, again, it comes out from the back.
Yeah, I see.
You see, so it doesn't cross over, it comes
So
out
it's
from the
hidden.
back. Yeah. And then you'll pop your pliers in just a little way down from where the loop ends. And then you will do exactly the same. So you'll bring it round, all the way around, and bring it out. Oops. You just need them, obviously, to get them to sit a line.
Yeah.
And then you do exactly the same on the other side. So bring it down and around.
Okay.
And out through the back. And you can use that method for as long as you want, or what I tend to do is I do a load and then I see how far it sits round the stone.
I see. So you just do a long length.
You'll do a long length, yes.
And then, say I'd done a long length, but I actually only needed a little bit of it. Could I snip it and then carry on using that length for something else?
Yes,
Great.
you can. Because what I did is I made the pendant and then found that it was too long, so I made the ring, which is alongside it.
Oh right. So with this technique that we're learning, you're also going to be using that technique to create this ring effect, which actually looks completely different, doesn't it? It's wonderful. Fab. So great little technique to be able to get your hands on.
It's quite versatile. Is a technique, I suppose. So you'll just continue to do that for the length of the stone required.
Okay.
So I have a piece here which I did yesterday.
You've already whipped it.
Yes. And at this stage, it's quite durable. You could do almost anything with it. You could do another piece and make a bracelet design out of it and join them together for a bracelet. So we're going to get the 0.4 mil wire. And we'll just lose a length.
So you just a usable length you want for
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, you can't leave it on the reel really because you're going to be feeding it up through the loops.
I know.
And you don't loop all of it, the whole of the loop. You're just going to loop the tops.
I see. So the bits that go over the top of the gem.
Yeah.
The bits that hug it in a way.
Yes. So again, we just need to anchor the wire in place and then literally, it's really fiddly because it's quite small. So then we just loop it in.
And how do you prevent kinking with this? Because you are in such a small area. Is it about the speed? Is it about your tension?
It's just being very, very careful with looping it through the loops and trying to keep it as sort of straight as possible as you use it, and always feed through. If you work really close to it, you'll probably find that you might land up with tangles.
Yeah.
I tend to feed right with the end. And as I bring it through, I've always got my fingers sort of just here, which is helping it
so
through.
it helps it guide.
And at the back, so it sort of rubs against my thumb as it goes round.
Yeah.
And then I just pull it tight.
Lovely.
So then we'll do that all the way around the ring. Oops.
And
Now I'm
then
getting a
once
bit
you've
tangled.
gone, so you're doing it so they're butted up really close, aren't you? You're not leaving gaps here.
No, because what we'll do is when we've done the half section, or when we've done half of the circle,
Yeah.
we will then,
So you just wait until you go halfway around.
yeah,
each
this,
loop.
yeah.
Okay.
I should have done a piece up, but I whipped all the way round, really.
No, don't be silly. It's fine. It's good to see your different techniques and the way you work with it.
Well, everybody works in a different style. Everyone has different ways of using the wire. I've tried to make this, because it's very delicate and very dainty, I've tried to make it so that people don't feel intimidated and they can still feel like they can have a go.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Because, you know, when I first started to use wire, it is a very intimidating medium to start with.
I think you're right, definitely. I remember when I first saw wire work, it was something that I never thought I would even be able to create anything. But once you get going, as you can see here, it is doable.
It certainly is. So once you wrapped the loop, the first section, if you were to pull that, that would all pull undone.
Yes.
Yeah, if you were to pull
Yeah,
it,
of
it would
course.
pull undone. So what we need to do is we need to just loop up and join the two loops together. So we come up the next loop and pull it. Got a bit of a kink in there. And then you just feed it through the hole that you've just started to wrap, the very first hole. So it joins the two loops. So if you were to pull, it's not going to come undone. And because you would have weaved quite tightly this section, there'll be a bit of give in it, but not a lot.
I see. It's just strengthening, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've joined the two together. And then just allows you to go on and start your next loop.
I see.
And loop that all the way around.
So then you'll continue throughout.
You do the top and the bottom.
Mm-hmm. So you loop around the bottom as well, do you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
If you have a look at the pendant on the back side, because again, you don't want it to come
you can
undone. And it also gives it that little bit of thickness when
Can you
you're
believe that's
trying
the
to secure
back?
in the
This
centre.
is so neat, Michelle. That's gorgeous. Wow. Goodness. Are you one of those people who's quite fanatical about neatness? Are you one of those people that say you kink your wire a bit and you carry on weaving with it? Every single time you look at that piece, you go, oh, that's the bit where it kinked. Even though no one else in the world notices,
it
just
will
you.
annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, completely the same. We've got a question in for you. Pip wants to get up. This is from lovely Sue. Hello, Sue. She says, hi, Becky and Michelle. Loving the demo. So neat. I know, right? Michelle, how long did it take you to get this good? So inspiring. Got the wire out at the moment. Sue, I hope you're playing along at home. God, I'm getting the wire out. I can't wait for tonight. Really good question, though. How long?
It's practice, and it is literally down to practice. And I'm quite hard on myself with regards to when I make something. If it's not right first time round, I will take it apart.
Yes.
But it is literally down to practice. And I would always recommend, if you start off with the thinner wires, then work your way up to the thicker wires.
Okay.
So you effectively, these letters can be done with 0.6mm wire.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You can do them
You
with
could.
0.6. You couldn't do them with 0.4, it wouldn't be strong enough.
No.
But you could do them with 0.6 because they're backed onto a stone,
So they've got something.
so they've got something to stand about. So you could do it with 0.6mm wire.
So how long has it taken you?
Oh,
You started in what year?
2011, and I probably started
So-
playing with wire a good year into jewellery making.
So realistically,
probably
a couple of
3,
years.
yeah.
That's it.
Some people
Wow.
it comes very natural to.
Yes.
Me, it didn't, and I did struggle with it, and I could never work out why my wires always used to snap.
Mm-hmm.
And it always used to be, or from being told with a couple of other of my friends and the people I've worked with previously, it's because I hold the wire probably too tight, and then when the kinks happen, I never used to get the kinks out properly.
Right.
But also because I work too closely to the product,
Right.
and because I pull them really, really tight. So hence the tip, if you use the end, feed up through the end and pull there.
And then you're not as likely
And
to...
then you're not as likely to pull it or
Yeah.
pull too tightly and snap.
That's a really good tip. Thanks for that messaging.
Hope that helps. So once I won't feed all the way through because this take quite a long while. And I didn't think about getting a piece prepared in advance, which is a bit useless of me, really.
No, don't be silly. Not at all.
So we will now get one of the stones. If I show you what I would do once I've wrapped all the way along.
Yeah.
So for now, what I'll do is I'll just slip it through each stone so I can pull it and pull it tight. Oops. Oh gosh.
So we're picking that up. That's great. Oh my goodness, Michelle, you've had so many lovely messages in. I'll read them out to you in a bit. I'll read them out to you. You're doing really well.
I don't feel like that.
Stop it. Really? Honestly, you're doing amazingly. You can keep your hands still for once, which is more than I could do for my first week and a half of working here. And even though I've been here a few months, I still haven't mastered the tweezers. That's an hard technique, that. Tried to pick up a gemstone with a tweezer. Nightmare. Also, opening glitter. I still can't do that without spilling it everywhere. So you're
I
doing
don't
a
think
cracking
anybody
job.
could do that.
Well, apparently every other presenter on the show can. Actually, it's just me. So you're doing amazingly. You truly, truly are. I have got a wire bundle coming up for you in a mere moment as well, so do stay where you are to get your hands on some more beautiful wire in a slightly different colourway as well. If you do need to top up, we're going to do a great deal in mere moments for you. In fact, I could do it now because you're working along to the end, aren't you? You're trying to work
Yes,
along
I'm
to the
just
end?
going to wrap towards the end
Okay.
so that I can just show you what to do with it.
So whilst Michelle's wrapping towards the end, save us sitting here and staring and making you even more nervous, I'll bring on a bundle. Come on right in! You have been
coming on again.
famous, you have. The amount of ladies messaging in, Pete. You, Casanova's got nothing on you like Pete. Nothing.
You have to take their numbers.
I know, right? Yeah. Pete's number will be up on Facebook later. No, no, it won't. Sorry. You've got loads of wire here. You've got 100 metres of your 1 mil. So could you do these letters with 1 mil as well?
Yes.
Brilliant.
And you wouldn't need a frame with the 1 mil wire because it's a lot more strength and sturdiness to it.
Brilliant.
You wouldn't actually need a frame for
Oh,
it.
that's a really good tip. So you can use that easy peasy. 0.8, which is what we're working with for the frame on our current demo. So that's great. We know we can use this. And then you've got your 0.6 as well, which again, we've said you
can
could
use your letters, yeah.
So all of these you can use for your letters, and actually I would be tempted to. Say I was making a more delicate piece, maybe I just wanted to do a little key ring with a letter on, maybe I would go for this one, just because if I'm using a smaller gem I'd want it to even out maybe.
Yeah.
So you could use the 0.6 for that as well.
0.6 mil wire makes lovely rings as well, especially when you're working with delicates like the aquamarine and the pink sapphire.
Yeah.
It works quite nicely because the wire's not too thick. So
it
quite
almost
nice.
doesn't take away from the gem, does it then?
No.
300 metres in total, gold wire trio. The price you should be paying. This takes into account the discount. £69.85. Do not forget, whenever I show you a before price, that takes into account any discounts. So if we've got an offer on the website for something and I show it to you, it's going to take that into account. So that's all discounts taken into account right now. £69.85, but today, because we've got wonderful Michelle, you're going to get 300 metres for just £50. Now Michelle, you know about wire, you've been doing it a while. Price comparison wise, what do you think of that for 300 metres, 50 quid?
Very good price for wire, very.
And if someone is new, maybe they don't know, how long is this going to last you?
Oh, ages.
Oh,
Ages.
it is, isn't it?
It is. I don't think I've actually got through a 100 metre reel at all at the moment.
Really?
No.
That's amazing. So it's £16 something per one, isn't it? £16.66 apparently per reel, which is absolutely phenomenal. It truly, truly is. £50 for 300 metres. Are you at the end?
Yeah, I'm at the end.
That is teamwork already, Michelle.
Yeah.
Already, teamwork.
We'll get there.
Making the dream work. What I will say whilst you're there as well is Prehnite, people who bought like repeats, there's loads of you who have got it in your baskets. So please do check out. I'm talking, there's about 20 of you with it in your basket. It's really important you check out because I haven't got as many left as we would like of that. It's been our most popular bundle of the day, possibly due to like repeat himself actually. So it's really important you do check out because there are still people waiting for it. Fab. So you've woven to the end.
Woven to the end, and what we're going to do
Weaven?
is we now need to make it fit round the stone. Now, depending on what you want to do with your weave will depend on which, if you make it into a ring, at this point you would then wrap that round a ring mandrel and join the two pieces together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would you do
So
that
that
with
would
the
make it-
tail again?
Yes. Well, you could use this tail and this one and make it nice and secure. So that essentially would be your ring.
I see.
If I could hold that in place like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then what you do is you feed in your stones on a separate piece of 0.4 mil wire and just wrap them in. And the stones just sort of neatly sit in the holes. Almost like a full eternity ring, because you could put stones all the way around if you wanted to.
Oh, that's lovely. That's a really nice idea.
But for this, we're going to put it around a stone.
Okay.
So we just need to find a stone that will fit around. It should be this one.
Brilliant.
So we've got the stone and we know that that's going to fit around the stone. So we now need to get it to hold it in place. So you need your flat nose pliers for this one. So whilst it's in its straight form, you will bend the loops in. So you have effectively an L shape. If you look at the end, it would give you an L shape.
So you're just bending one side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just bend the one side. It will give you an L shape. And that, the flat of the stone will sit on that, which sort of holds the stone in place.
That's a good tip.
So we just bend them all along.
Do you do them one at a time or can you do a few at once?
You can do a few at once. My hands have got very hot.
It is quite warm in the studio. Always is under this light.
So just bend it. Probably easier to do it one at a time and a little bit quicker.
So do you want them at a right angle or not quite?
Almost, yeah, not quite a right angle. It's just really that when you put the stone in it, it has something to sit flat against.
I see, so it's got that hugging effect. You can see how that's going to work now. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've bent them all in. You'll then get the stone.
Yeah.
And then you need to feed the wire. I think this stone might be a bit too small actually. Just swap it for that one there.
So you're just picking a slightly bigger one.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing with this strand as well, because it is graduated.
Yes.
You can get whatever you want on it, can't
The
you?
nice thing about this is well is that you can make it fit any size sort of stone. You just make the weave long enough to make it fit the stone you want.
That's a good tip.
So, and then just with a bit of force.
Yeah. Fab. And then that's hooked in, so you've not actually threaded through the gem at all.
No.
It's just resting.
Just resting inside.
That's truly wonderful.
So then you just loop it across.
So this is the bit we'd
this would
loop
be
it together.
Yeah, if you were making your ring, you would have it on the ring mandrel at the size you require and join the two loops together.
Yeah.
If you've got it in a stone, which is what we've done here, then you will loop it together whilst the stone is sat in there, so you know you get it in the right place, and just pull tightly.
I see, great tip. Isn't this a stunning ring? I'll show you the back as well. This is so beautiful. I want to let you know this designer inspiration bundle's at the bottom. You had over £20 saving on it. A strand of sapphire is included in that, as well as multi-beryl, these beautiful large blue quartz we're working with now, and 20 metres of wire. It was an exceptional saving, because for 2 strands, the sapphire and the multi-beryl, it was £26 something, close to £27. So it was £37. What am I talking about? So it's a massive, massive saving today.
Yeah. So then you'll just join the two ends. So once you've joined the top, you'll then go in and join the bottom.
So you're doing the top L almost first, and then you go to do the back, holding it all in place. And this, it nestles in just beautifully, doesn't it?
Yeah. What I would then do is, once the stone is then in place, you just get your flat nose pliers, holding the stone down, and just, because it doesn't always sit flat, you just tease it round.
Well, that's a good tip.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you tease it round.
And that holds it tighter
and that
then
holds
as well,
it
doesn't
tighter
it?
as well, yeah, because you're bringing it all in.
Yeah, I see. It keeps
So-
it more in its place, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's fab. And with that very simple but beautifully delicate technique, you have created this stunning, stunning pendant. And then how did we attach on the bail for this?
The bail is just one piece of wire.
Yeah. The 0.8.
So 0.8 mil wire.
Yeah. And you cut off a length.
Cut off a length.
Only about, that's about 10 centimetres, is it?
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
And then I think I made a find the centre of the wire, and then just teased it round like that.
Okay.
And then what I did is just with the smaller end of the round nose pliers, just tease it out a little bit, so it gives you almost like a little arc. So it gives you I want to say a bump in the wire, if that makes any sense.
Fab.
Yep.
That's wonderful. And then you just attach that on.
All you do is just loop over the ends. You don't need that then, so we just loop over the ends.
You're snipping a bit off there, so maybe you only need like 7
Yeah, you
or
don't
8
need a
centimetres.
lot.
I suppose as big as you want.
Yeah, you could always feed a jump ring on at this point.
Yeah.
And then just round over the edges. Like so.
That's wonderful. And then you're just attaching it.
And then you're just attaching.
That is so fab. You just loop it on. Michelle, that is absolutely gorgeous. I've added in so many lovely messages for you. I truly, truly have. What a wonderful selection of inspirational designs. Thank you so much for showing us that. Give us a little idea of what we're to expect for your second piece.
Different.
It is. It's gorgeous, a musical one of them, isn't
Yes.
it? I love that one.
Yes.
We'll have a little look at some text now, if that's all right. Here's a lovely message in from Fran. Hello, Michelle. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You are amazing. Your designs are lovely. Fran from Wales.
So, thank you.
Bless her. Another one for you as well. We've got loads. We can't even go through part of them.
Okay.
Hi, Becky and Michelle. Hello, Fiona. Wow. What a collection. Michelle, you make letter writing so easy. Can't wait to see more. And that is lovely, Fiona.
Fiona Potter.
Yeah. How lovely. Thank you, Fiona. Wow, you're getting a lot of wows today. I think it's like our 7th wow. It is wow. Hi all, amazing! You have given me the confidence to try with wire again, and that's from Nicola.
That's what the point of it was. To give somebody the inspiration to give it a go. You don't need lots and lots of wire to make simple wire designs.
So Nicola, get that wire out, have another crack at it, my love.
Definitely.
Michelle, we're coming back to you in a little bit. After this break, I have goodies galore. I'll see you in a moment.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
The fastest way to shop with Jewellery Maker is by going to our website. Just click on the sign up button. Once you've filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the Watch Live button on the front page. You can also use our Refine tool and narrow down your search. Once you've found an item that you like, just simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget you can add as many items to your basket per day and still only pay 1p in P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Welcome back to Design Inspiration. My name is Becky and thank you so much for all of your lovely messages in for wonderful Michelle. How did you find it? Are we zens now?
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Don't worry, you've got a whole other hour of fun to get yourself really in the zone.
Excellent.
Excellent. And I have got a little bit of a challenge coming up for you in a moment as well. Oh, exciting. So, Designer Inspiration today, we've already seen how to do some absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous wire writing pieces with that beautiful sapphire wowzers in that kit. It was just so exceptional. And then coming up, we've got a more of an antique bronze, a bit more of a warmer feel to this, isn't there, Michelle?
There certainly is. It is a lot warmer in its tones and in its colours.
And what inspired you with this sex one that we'll be looking at?
Basically, the colours and the stones themselves, I wanted them to speak out naturally. So, and they speak for themselves.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Now, I said I'd give you your challenge, and you said your favourite colour was blue, so I thought we'd better give you some then, hadn't we? And this is a serious selection of blue you've got here in a really nice mixture of shapes. This is your Sitting on the Dock of the Bay bundle. 560 carats of this beautiful intense blue howlite. Now this is a really, really new one for us. We've not had this in, we've only got it in, well, last couple of weeks actually, really, haven't we? This gorgeous intense blue. It's lovely that you've got such a selection here. This is 160 carats worth on the puffy drilled squares, 10 mil. 170 on the puffy hexagons, 10 mil, and 230 on the howlite. Now, when you're thinking of carat weights on something, that realistically is something that is important you take note of, because when it's very much almost, if you think of, you know, the higher, the heavier the gemstone, a lot of this time, again, what you imagine the price to be is going to be higher because of the high carat weight. So when we talk about carat weight, what we're saying is that for the 5 grams you've got your carat, no, for the 5 carats you've got your gram. So you've got your heaviness, you've got your weight there. So the fact you're getting 560 carats worth, you know that whatever pieces you're going to make are going to feel weighty. And often when we feel something that's weighty, naturally as a human being you will be more drawn to it. So for example, say you had in front of you, I don't know, a gemstone that looked that it was a hollow gemstone. It was just the outside of a gemstone, and then you had a solid gemstone next to it. They were the same size, they looked the same. If you were to pick them up, you're exactly the same. If you were to pick them up, you would naturally expect the lighter one to be much cheaper. You maybe wouldn't think the quality was there. So the fact you've got such a heavy carat weight in this is just going to be absolutely fab. And Debbie Bulford does put weights in her polymer clay actually for that exact reason. Because sometimes if you've got a little bit of a polymer clay pendant, she'll put in the back of it, she does lots of metals in there, she'll put pennies in there, she'll put bits of scrap that she's got in there just to add weight to it. 560 carats worth. This is a stunning amount of this stunning gemstone. The price today is just £14 on the nose for you. You've got the gorgeous drums, you've got your hexagons, and you've got these corner drilled squares. What do you think? Have you got anything in mind for these?
Quite like the idea of the triangular ones or diamond shaped ones for a ring. Quite like the look of those. The twisted beads would look nice with a coiled outer, and then they're held in the middle.
Oh, I love the idea of that. That sounds fab. I'll give you these to have a play with, but they're working out at £4 something a strand, aren't they? £4.67 a strand for these. If I hand those to you, lovely lady. We'll be coming over to wonderful Michelle at approximately 4:45 to have a look at what she's managed to create with those beautiful pieces. So we're in our drops section. So we're going to be working with droplet shapes, and we're going to be dropping some prices as well in this section too. So really gorgeous pieces for you just to catch the eye. A lot of the time when you think of drops, you might think of centerpieces, but of course, especially with the graduated drop stand, you can create some really dramatic, really dynamic pieces. And also, drops are wonderful, of course, because you can create lovely flower shapes, you can make something really organic, really beautiful, really stunning. I have got, don't forget as well, this stunning gemstone. Have you guessed what it is yet? This beautiful, stunning gemstone that has been used in each of these pieces. This is coming up for you in a small, short while. Now, let's start off. This is a high, bright, impacting drop section. No spaces on this whatsoever. These are switched on within an inch of their lives. This is so bright, fun, breezy. 100 carats worth of your lemon quartz. This is your graduated faceted drops from 6 to 11 mil, 17 centimetre strands you've got on this today. Now this is so bright and fun. This is summer strand, isn't it? And do you know what I love about working with your lemon quartz? I know it doesn't go with everything, but because it's this lovely, bright, fun, poppy lemon colour, it makes you happy. It makes you think fun. It makes you think spring, makes you think light, bright, and that, for a viewer, for someone looking at it, will instantly draw them in, especially if it's gorgeous and sunny outside as well. It is that sunlight in a strand effect we've got with here that you really do not want to miss out on. If you were to work with this, Michelle, what would you think of doing with this gorgeous strand today?
There would be a necklace, a pair of earrings, probably a charm style bracelet, based loosely on what I've done today with something with the kit that I've had.
Yeah, that is a really gorgeous idea. You can definitely create a really nice suite with these, couldn't you? You're gonna love the price. It's £11.95 for you today. So if you are going to make yourself a suite, you're going to make yourself a bracelet, a necklace, and earrings, then you're going to be charging probably £11.95 for each piece, more likely. 100 carats worth of this is seriously spectacular. And actually, if you look at them on here, if I'm to put these on, think about this, because I know a lot of the time, I'm not saying everyone does, but anyway, when I see a drop, I instantly think a drop pendant maybe by itself or graduation. But the way that these are stranded, I actually love this as a bracelet. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that really special? £7, £11.95 for you. There's loads of you coming in on the phone for 100 carats of these. It's fun, it's bright, it's sunny, it's yours for £11.95. Got a text? Pat. Off topic, I know, but just got my 1999 mystery gift from the weekend. 3 sterling silver findings kits. A saving of £22.86. Whoop whoop, thanks. Pat, we're happy to please. We're happy to please here. That's a cracking saving, isn't it? I love a good mystery box. I always feel like you obviously haven't got a clue what's coming. It's like Christmas Day, isn't it? Oh, it's good. I love that saving, Pat. Make something for the Wall of Fame, send it in and be like, use £22 worth and be like, this was free. Because it was really, wasn't it? Got a free bit then. I love it. £11.95 for you today on this one. Now, let's get that gemstone up. This is, which one did you say? Oh yeah, you're right. Have a little look at this for me. This gorgeous drop. This is too special. We don't have this on that often, I don't think, do we? We really don't have it on that much, which is a bit of a shame. The reason we don't have Carnelian on a lot is because it's just so tricky to shape. It truly is. It's got a perfect cleavage, which sounds like a positive, but it's not at all when it comes to gemstones. This is such a hard gem to create these shapes from because it's got the faceting on there. Because when we think about kyanite, okay, what I mean when I say perfect cleavage is, imagine you've got your rough. So you've got it out of the ground and it's rough. So you've got somehow managed to get a huge slab of it. And you're going to have within that a perfect cleavage point, which is invisible essentially to the naked eye, but it has got this centre, this section, that if it's even brushed slightly in the wrong direction, the wrong way, the whole thing crumbles. The whole thing breaks down. All completely waste. It has not been, I'm talking really recent times before we were even able to facet this gemstone because it's so tricky to work with. 25 carats worth of this kyanite, graduated faceted pairs. We do not have it on a lot, and to have it faceted truly is, to be honest, it's big props to a couple of people. One, our stunning Labradorites who we work so closely with, who are constantly training, constantly going above their game, but also technology. The technology we have now to create these shapes is just so above and beyond. We aren't having it that often. So when you get it, you need to get your hands on it. You especially do when it's just £29.95 for you today. It's a beautiful strand, and let's have a look at it. How many have I got here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 I've got on my strand. So you've obviously got to definitely be getting 25 carats worth. So the fact that you've got that many on a strand is just going to be too exceptional. You're not going to want to mess with that, are you? Imagine these as little drops. That's going to be so, so special. £29.95 for you on this today. Oh, this is... Isn't this a really strong tone? What a beautiful, really strong hit of colour you're getting in this amethyst. You're not going to believe that this is all natural. It is. Honestly, look at this colour tone. This colour tone is almost that Zambian colour tone, isn't it? That gorgeous, deep, rich Zambian colour. But a lot of the time in Zambian, you'll have the internal fibres, which means you won't get clarity. Only on the highest of high grade amethyst, with this richness, intensity of colour, will you get clarity. These are the clearest things I have ever seen. Honestly, how can I even show you the clarity of this? It's just too special. How about, have a look at this. Let me see if I can get something behind it. So you can see my thumbs behind it now. I wonder if, excuse my dodgy handwriting. This isn't the prices and stuff, this is what I've written down. Can you see? You can actually see through, I can, maybe the camera's not doing justice, but I can actually see through, on this one here, you can see my writing through it, can't you? That goes to show the serious quality of this. To have, don't get me wrong, amethyst is a clear gemstone generally anyway, but not with this amount of saturation, not with this serious intense hue. When we're looking for amethyst, you're looking for a couple of things. You're looking for the saturation and strength of hue. So when we're talking about the strength of hue, you're talking about the amount of the colour palette that you've got in there, if that makes sense. So this is purple, but it's quite obviously purple, isn't it? Sometimes you'll see amethyst and it's got such a delicate, I always think of it as just a kiss of colour. It's just such a gentle tone that when I put it against my hand, you can it almost changes the colour of the gemstone, if that makes sense. The fact you've got this serious intensity is absolutely above and beyond. It's that Zambian tone, that Zambian effect we've got, but you've got clarity as well, which is another high-end selection that we are looking for. This is truly wonderful, wonderful strand. And this price is so wonderful as well. Honestly, the thing is with amethyst, $9.95, the thing is with amethyst, we have such a wonderful variety. We truly, truly, truly do. And don't get me wrong, you know, on the market there is lots of amethyst as well. There's a gorgeous selection of amethyst. We need to look, when we're looking for quality of amethyst, the deeper, the richer the saturation, and the clearer, the higher the quality. The fact that you have got both of those two very important things in this strand at $9.95 is a knock your socks off deal. It truly is special. It really is wonderful. Got a text in from Cheshire Chick. Becky, stop it, stop it, stop it. I'm going to be bankrupt. Don't worry. Do not worry. I live in Cheshire as well. If you can't afford a tin of beans, come on over, love. It's fine. Spend it on gemstones. I understand. It's fine. It's not a problem. I know, but it's gorgeous, isn't it? Come on, it's so good. Honestly, I am absolutely head over heels in love with this. And this is very safe for me to say. This would be the strand of amethyst I would buy at home. If I was sat at home now, and I don't say that very often, do I? I love amethyst, it's my birthstone, it's a birthstone of creativity, but I would be at home purchasing this because just looking at it through the TV screen, I would be able to see the quality. I would be able to see how high end this strand is. And at that price, genuinely, I'll be totally honest with you, if they put a 1 in front of that price, I'll be totally honest, if that was $19.95, I would think, and then I would still buy. No, Ben, if it was $119.95 director, Ben, I probably wouldn't, no. But this is Jewellery Maker, I know that that would never happen. I would buy this with the one in front. I can see the quality, I can see the luxurious effect of this. And do you know what? If you've got amethyst before, maybe you've got loads and loads and loads of amethyst in your stash. I doubt highly you've got one that is, to me, this beautiful. It's got that gorgeous Zambian colour, which we know a lot of the time, of course, beauty is the eye of the beholder. I always say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but a lot of the time this Zambian tone is most sought after, and to have the clarity there is just exceptional. £9.95. I showed you a slide earlier on. Have a little look at this. Coming up, this beautiful gemstone. Now, take a look at this. What are we thinking? What are you imagining for all of these? This gemstone is so popular at the moment. That picture in the center is, it had a caption next to it, and that's what I wrote down. It said, I'll go boop when I'm bleeping out the name of the gemstone. It says, forget diamonds, this stunning boop necklace is equal parts exotic and breathtaking. Forget diamond, this gemstone necklace is equal parts exotic and breathtaking. And you know what? This strand is exotic and breathtaking. Have a look at it. You're going to be ridiculously shocked at the price when I tell you that gemstone and this gemstone is going to be under £30. Wow. This is so beautiful. Let me show you this. Now I'm going to get it up in a moment. The pictures that I've just shown you, these are all off the internet. I got the price of each one and I totaled it all up. Do you want to see what it is? The total value of these combined, £62,188. And that is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces. £62,188. No, it's not sapphire, it's iolite. Forget diamonds, this stunning iolite necklace is equal part exotic and breathtaking. The fact that for all of those pieces, that one in the middle, that necklace in the middle sold, there was a couple of them made, it sold in America for $77,040, which is, I did the total, £45,898 that piece went for. And when you look at it, yes, there is diamonds on there, yes, there is, but it's $925 around the outside, and the main focus of that necklace piece that I showed you is the iolite, isn't it? Have a look, that big one in the centre. That is the main focal point. That necklace went and have sold time and time again. 45 grand, over £45,000. It's such an incredible gemstone. When I was having a look around today, looking at all of those pieces, I fell in love with each and every single one of them. And when I was reading more about it, it was talking about how iolite pieces now are going up and up and up in price because A, people can't get their hands on sapphire, and B, because for a lot of people, this is even more beautiful than sapphire. Because in sapphire, if you're looking for this tone, a lot of the time, especially with your cashmere, say, you're going to have the fibre silkiness internally. This has got gorgeous clarity, but also it's pleochromic. So this changes colour in different light sources. So not only is it totally exquisite, I've got double buyers on this already. I've not even bought the price in. Trust me, you're going to love it. You know I said under 30, you know it's not going to be by 5p. This is high-end, stunning gemstone. The cut of it, I haven't even got onto yet, but that needs to be made account of. One side is flat, and then the other side is, this should be a prong set. You could prong set this. Let me show you. So this is the front. Obviously it's hard to show you on TV because of depth, but can you see this is your flat side? If I turn it on its side, it's kind of tricky to see, but can you see the back is caved in, isn't it? Can you see? And that means that not only are you getting textures here, but it also means if you create a piece with them all pointed in this direction, let me show you this. Let me just wriggle the strand a bit. So this is with it all with the flat bit facing you. If I'm to turn this around now, so that the cave out section bit catches you, can you see how different that light play is? Your light play isn't just on the surface now, it's all the way through. But also it's more intricate, isn't it? Because of the faceting, it's more intricate on that side. When I said under £30, you know I didn't mean by 5p. I need you to trust me on this. It has been ages since I have done a trust exercise, but you're gonna need to trust me on this. I've got plenty, but when you see the price, you're just going to be blown away. Let me remind you of that last slide I've just shown you. Let me remind you of the price of all of these jewels together. 11 pieces, £62,188 for 11 pieces. Remember that. Yes, there's 11 pieces there, but remember that price and then look at the price of this today. £17.95. Michelle, genuinely, your mouth dropped a bit then.
I would sell one ring as a prong set ring for that.
You would sell one iolite prong set ring for that?
Yeah, in silver plate, not in sterling silver.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 I've got on my strand. Oh my goodness, please work that out per gemstone. 28 on my strand. Yours, it's done on carat weight, of course, so you might get 28, you might get 29, you might get 27. 64p per gemstone. If you're going to make yourself a wire wrap ring, are you selling it for that price? You've only used one. So times that by 28, because I could make 28 wire wrap rings from this. So if you times £17.95, in fact, let's be fair on this. Let's take into account wire. Let's take into account wire. So take off a quid off. No, take off. I don't know. Do it for, yeah. Work it out. So it's say £16 on the nose. Let's do that. So we'll do it, we'll work it out, 28 divided by £16, because I'm taking into account now you're using some wire, you're using, you know, 2 quid's worth of wire, which is ridiculously high, but let's pretend, then what would it be? So you're selling 28 rings for £16, £448. £448, even if you were to sell this ring for £16. This is honestly mouth-dropping, mind-boggling. I've got loads of you purchasing too. Eileen, Janet, Jane, Amanda, Nicholas, Carol, Tina, Sylvia, Fiona, Stephen, Leslie, Kate, Maureen, Beverly, Valerie, Sylvia, KR, Stephanie, Chris, Patty. I've got so many of you getting your hands on this today. £17.95 for you today on this. This is so exceptional. And like I said before, forget diamonds. This is stunning iolite. This truly is absolutely exceptional. There is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 with it in baskets. Loads of new telephone buyers. Welcome newbies, welcome. Honestly, you've got yourself a serious treat with this strand. It is one of my favourite strands of iolite that I've ever seen. Easy peasy. New telephone buyers, welcome. You'll be getting yourself winging to you with your first order today. Free DVD, you'll get a little booklet, gives you loads of techniques just to start you off on your jewellery making journey. And also, if you are a newbie as well, I've got some tools. I've got these beading trays, which are great to start you off as well. I've got loads of goodies coming up, so stay exactly where you are. And £2.95, no matter how much you get. Even if you just buy one strand or you buy everything you see, £2.95 is your postage and packaging till midnight. It's amazing. Honestly, I'm going to have to actually go to a break. We weren't going to have a break, right? We weren't at all. But there's 14 of you with it in your baskets and there's people waiting on the phone lines. So it's impossible for us to move on because the phone lines are going to back up. So I'm actually going to have to go to a break because I've nearly sold out. I'm in Last Chance Saloon and I've got about 30 people waiting on the phone for this. So we will be back in about a minute and a half. Truly, if you're on the phone, stay where you are. You will not be disappointed. After this break, more designer inspiration.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order for just 50p and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from the Genuine Gemstone Company. Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Hello.
Hello.
Michelle. We're back. We're
You
back
are.
to you today.
Definitely.
Hello, welcome to Designer Inspiration. Lovely. Michelle is about to show us her second designer inspiration today. Let's take a look at all the goodies first, shall we? Let's do that. You're going to love. This is that musical one that I was talking to you about. How stunning is this? It even says music at the bottom. You've got your treble clefs in here as well. There's beautiful detail on there. It's so pretty. I love music. Do you play any instruments, Michelle?
I'm useless at instruments.
Are you?
I am.
Have you never tried to play an instrument?
I tried recorder when I was at the infants or junior schools, but that
Me
would have been
too.
it.
I can play the recorder.
Can you?
I can play many style of recorder. Don't want to show off, but Beethoven's Fifth Symphony on the recorder. I'm your lady. I can play that. It's the only song I can play. That and Merrily We Roll Along, but that's not the point. This is your beautiful Silver Moon collection. So we've got in here 3 gorgeous strands and 110 meters of wire. Let's have a little look through each of these, shall we? I love this shape. I'm so glad we're getting more of these in. You love them at home as well. Because they're so unusual, aren't they? They've almost got that kind of urbanish feel to them. They're quite industrial looking, aren't they? Which kind of makes them quite modern, I think. You've got in here, these are your beautiful irregular squares, grey moonstone. We hardly ever have grey moonstone on. 85 carats worth of this. These are 3x1 to 7x1 on this stunning 24 centimetre strand. Then look at these ones. Padumph. Elephant steps coming in here. These are your crazy agate. 550 carats worth of these ovals. 30 by 22 mil. No, it's crazy grey, Pip. You can tell it's crazy because look at the patterns on it. Crazy. And you've also got this stunning grey moonstone. Now, if you've got some of those drops, you need to add this to your order. Look at those. What did you think of these when you first got them? When you first saw them in your kit?
Moonlight. The shades of the moon as it's rising and going down. That's what sort of hit me. The shimmer.
The shimmer of each of these, because they are moonstones, so they do have, if I show you, you'll be able to see on here. Can you see that shimmer, especially on the centre ones? This one here as well, can you see? It's got almost a silver. Doesn't that almost look metallic? It's really beautiful shimmer across the surface of these, and that is due to a couple of reasons. First off, it's due to the sort of fibrous internal structure of these and the light skims along these, but it's also to do with how the actual gemstone itself is grown. So if you think of a moonstone, the way that moonstone grows, if you imagine it grows in this form. You have your C-axis, which is the longest axis, and then you'll have your A-axis, which is the shortest. Now, in any other gemstone, normally it's just straight across and straight down. But with moonstone, because you've got this shiller, the reason that is because it's actually slightly off kilter. So your A section's at an angle, which is why the light skims across, which is why you get this gorgeous shiller, this absolutely beautiful lunar-like effect on here. Not only you've got these 3 gorgeous strands, but you've got loads of wire as well. 10 metres of your 1 mil in this copper colour, and 100 metres of your 0.25 as well. So great for your structural, great for your weaving, these ones.
Well, I would say 0.25 is probably a little bit too brittle for 0.25 mil for weaving with.
Yeah.
But it makes a very good wire to knit with.
Yes, you love a bit of knitting. I'm going to show you some of her knitted pieces actually. Actually, I'll bring it over. Come here, love. Look at this. This is a knitted section on this. And if I show you the back, you'll be able to see how this works as an attachment. See, it's this circle at the back holding it all into place, which means it actually ruches the scarf beautifully, but it has a purpose as well.
Yes.
How wonderful is that? So you're going to be getting in this 110 metres of your copper coloured wire, 10 of your 1 mil, 100 of your 0.25. You've got a massive, hefty carat weight of genuine gemstones here. You've got 85 carats of the irregular squares, 550 of the agates, and 95 of the grey moonstone. Honestly, this saving is beyond belief. Should be. £37.25, which I would be chuffed at having that, at getting my hands on all of this for that price. But we're going nowhere near that. You're gonna love this. Your price today is a tiny £21.95. What do you think of that price, Michelle?
It's a bargain price, definitely. Very good value for money.
Because if we think about how much would you, for example, save this, sell this music? Because I know you say you do a lot of craft fairs. How much would you be looking at selling this music necklace for?
Well, I can only base it on the prices that I get for my pieces because of where I live. We're not the sort of most affluent area. So at craft fairs, you'll get sort of £15 a necklace for something like this, maybe £20 for the one at the end. So, you know, one sort of necklace would be £15.
Wow. So actually, you can make and sell 2 of these. You've got your money back plus some extra. But essentially, how many gemstones have we used in this? We must have used, what, a quarter of this strand and 6 of these large ones. So this is a serious money maker on this today. £21.95. That is such a special deal to get on this. It truly, truly is. It's absolutely exquisite. Thank you very, very much for creating these beautiful pieces for us, Michelle. And you can create them at home as well. All you've got to do is call the call centre, get this in your basket, XFGC96, and then in a few days it'll wing its way to you. Make a note of today's date. Watch it back on our YouTube channel. £21.95 for you today. So where are we going to be starting?
We're going to make the necklace at the end, and then we'll just show you the treble clefs working exactly the same way as your letters do on your necklace, and then we'll try and write a word in the 1mm wire so that you can see how sturdy it actually is to work with.
I see. So you're just doing it with this same technique, aren't we?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Fab.
So the necklace that I've made in stages. So we have.
So this is using your 1mm as the base.
This is using the 1mm as the base. So I made. If I just show you the demo. So I made them all in separate pieces first.
I absolutely adore this. How would you describe this, Michelle?
It was inspired by a 4-leaf clover.
Oh, I love. Is that where you get a lot of your inspiration from, nature and things you see? Or do you just like to play and it
I
leads?
just play and it tends to happen, but I happen to be sat outside in the garden. I don't know, I think I was sat down with the boys looking, you know, I don't know what we were doing. Then Harley brings up this, oh, what's this, Mummy? And that's basically where it comes from.
And you found 4-leaf clover?
Found a 4-leaf clover.
Wow! Yeah. It was super lucky.
But I also believe it is a design that's very much in at the moment. There's been quite a few designers that are doing the sort of loop technique.
Definitely. Brilliant.
So what I did is I made it in 3 sections.
Of your 1mm.
Of the 1mm. So I weaved this bit together. So it's just to show you, I'll weave along there so you can see what we'll do and how we join them together in a moment. But to make the sections, we need 3 pieces of wire.
So what are the lengths on these, do you know?
This one's about 30 centimetres. This will make the longest section, which is
the ones
the
with the big loops.
That'll make that bit there in the centre.
I see, yeah.
And then this one's a bit shorter, so hopefully it'll be that one, which is probably about 20 centimetres. And then you just have one piece of plain wire, which goes around the outside.
Okay.
And again, for a bit of texture and effect, I haven't really weaved this wire.
Okay.
So what we'll do to create the middle section, which is the bit I made first, we'll create a, and they all start very much in the same sort of manner, I think, really. And what I would do is make sure you get your stones, which are your pear cut stones here. Choose the ones you want to use first, and then make sure that they're going to fit in the centre, so that the loop sits right.
I can see.
So you have rather a frame more than anything else. So once you've done that, then obviously you create your next teardrop. So you bring the wire around,
and you're just kind of letting it go by itself, aren't you? Really.
Yep. So then you just need to sort of position it so it sits in the right place. This wire is a bit short, actually. But the effect is what it will give you if it was a longer wire would be that. Let's just start again.
So that they almost look equal.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have one piece, and then you have a second. Hold it in the centre and just bring this piece round. And again, you just need to tease it round and make it smaller, and sort of pinch to give it the pear shape.
And I suppose you can pick out which gemstone you want to go in that space, can't you?
Yeah.
And then very much mirror the shape, the size of it, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's for. It's all about just being able to play and make it your own, really.
Yeah.
So then you do the same on the other side. So I'm right-handed, not left-handed, so I apologise. So again, you just bring it round across the front and up. And again, you just need to play with it to make it sit.
Okay.
Where you want it to sit. So it looks about the same.
I see, to make it sit right there. I can see, yeah.
So that gives you the centre section there. And then we bring these almost to a point, and then you just flick them out.
So you leave in a centimetre or so before
Yeah.
you flick out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just flick that out there.
Just with your flat nose pliers
Yes.
in there.
You need to leave, obviously, it's always probably better to have too much rather than never to have enough, because you're going to make another 2 loops in a moment.
Okay. So always have a little bit extra.
Yeah. So hopefully that's about in the right place.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah. It might be a bit small. And then once you've done that, you sort of curve the wires, because you're going to make it obviously sit into a necklace. And again, you're going to do exactly the same technique, so you're just going to bring it round.
And how do you make sure that loop's forming where it should be?
Simply just by holding it in place
Okay, brilliant.
and working the wire around. And if it's not exactly where you want it, then move it to make it fit where you do want it.
Just sort of shunt it along a little.
Yeah. And then you just need to tease it round and bring it out so it sits as a curve.
Yeah, I see.
Yep. Why do things never go to plan?
That's it.
And then you just do exactly the same with this side.
And guide it around.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know I've got loads of double buyers on this wonderful kit. 3 of you need to check out your baskets. Just worked out for you as well. Buy this 100 metres and the drops on our website, taking into account any discounts, any savings, any offers we have on. This and this, £19 and 90p. So for £2 and 5p, you're getting all of these extras. 10 metres of wire, this strand of beautiful moonstone, these massive agates. You're getting these 3 goodies for £2. Less than a quid each. 68p for a strand. 68p, 68p, 68p. That is so special. Have you ever seen a metre, 1 mil, 10 metres for 60 something p? This is so exceptional. Get your hands on it today. I've got double buyers on this. You all know I've got 6 of you with it in your baskets now, and you need to be checking those out. But these 2, so I'm getting these for £2. That is too exceptional. This is such a stunning deal. This together, £19.90 for these 2. All of this on my hand here, and with next to my hand, £2. £21.95. It's a stunning little deal. Just make sure you, 9 of you now with it in your baskets, are checking out for me. Lovely jubbly. So you've created your shape.
Yep, we've created the bottom section, which will hold the first set of moonstone drops. We then need to create this section here,
Okay.
which is weaved in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So what we do is you just get another piece of wire, and you would position approximately in the centre where you would hold, or where you will be weaving this section of this section in. And then what you'll do is you need to tease this wire around to give you the drop.
Yep.
Oops. You need to tease this wire around to give you the drops, which are these ones here.
These ones here. Yeah, I see.
Okay. So again, you bring it round and in front of you.
And why is it always in front? Just so you get the nice loop.
It gives you a nice loop, and if you do it the other way, the loop will land at that side up.
I see.
Not that side up.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
that's
that's
the way I
nice.
see it.
It's so clear. Oh yes, Michelle. You make things make sense, Michelle, and I like that about you.
At least someone likes me.
Shush. You've seen how many comments you've had in today, lady. Loads of people absolutely adoring you out there.
And then we do the same with the opposite side. So just loop that across and around and bring it out.
And you're just easing it with your fingers into
Yep.
place, aren't you?
So that's essentially what it looks like. It probably looks a bit odd at the moment.
No, it doesn't. It's cracking.
But that's what it looks like.
Love
and
it.
again, what you'll do is you'll just tease these out, because you'll use these in a moment, which is when you thread everything together.
Okay.
So then we have those 2 pieces of wire, and the third section of the wire, or the necklace, is just one straight piece of wire.
Easy. So is that
Don't
just
do anything with that.
to just keep it all
Yeah.
in place, really?
But it's also about textures as well, making sure that you've got some different textures.
I love that in pieces. I think
Yeah.
it's nice to see the different textures in things, and
Yes.
it adds some certain different feel, doesn't it?
It does, yes, definitely. So then we just cut another length of wire, which will then just be that section together. So the first thing we're going to do to piece them all together is we're going to just join these section here, the section of the clover,
Yeah.
together. So we'll get our 0.25mm wire.
Okay.
Now you can't put a great deal of tension on this because it is quite fragile.
Now I controversially weave with 0.25 exclusively, only. I know, shock, horror, gasp there from Ryan. I don't use 0.4. I'm all about the 0.25. Because you know you were saying that you're quite
makes a lot
tense
neater.
and you're quite. I'm not like that at all. Me and the wire, we have a bond. I'm very gentle. Yeah, it's almost like I just tickle it. I
it's a
don't
li-
even pull it into place. Just a little tickle I give it.
Almost like it's your baby then.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This
I
is
see.
my baby,
That's-
0.25.
That's where I'm going wrong then.
See? So it does, though, you're right, it gives you a really neat finish as well, doesn't it?
It does. So, and also it doesn't make the piece too thick,
Yeah.
especially if you're making rings and you've used the 1mm wire or the 0.8mm wire. If you put 0.4mm on top, you'll have like a 1.2mm thickness.
Frame thickness.
So it'll make it a lot more comfortable.
You're right, you're right.
So we
to
just
work with the smaller.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we just anchor this one on, and again, it's actually quite a soft one to work with, the 0.25mm wire compared to the 0.4, and it has a lot more forgiveness to it.
I completely agree with that. Do you know what I love about it? One of my favourite things is when you weave with it, if you need to add on, you can't even see it.
No.
It just clicks. You can actually hear it click into place, can't you? And I love that, and it's hidden. I think it's
Yes.
wonderful.
So we're going to join these two together, so which is this section here. We're going to join together,
Yeah.
just there.
Okay.
So, and all we do, it's like I think it's called a figure of 8 weave. So you wrap it round once or twice or possibly 3 times. I'm probably a bit OCD about it, so I would generally do it about 3 times
Okay.
and make it quite tight. I'm going to do it again. And then again. So effectively, that's in place now and it won't really move.
Okay, so you're going over each of the loops of the 8 twice,
Yes,
aren't you?
because you need to make sure that this is secure and won't really
Squeezing.
move too much.
Squeezing it together.
Especially when you're going to join other bits of wire onto it. So once we've done that and we've added that in, what we need to do then is add the next section, which will be this one here.
Yep. The one with the 2 big loops.
Yes. What I would generally do, because I've curled them over, I didn't actually, when I made the necklace, I curled them over last of all, but I suppose save you using the sharp point and hurting yourself. What you could do is just roll the edges over now,
So you're not going to catch.
so you're not going to catch.
So it's these bits here.
Yeah.
I'll show you. So if we just loop these over first,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful finish. It ties in, but also you've not
Yeah.
got scrappy ends that you're going to be
No,
catching yourself on, your
exactly.
skin on, or the wire on.
No. So we've looped them over, and then we're going to mould that into this shape here.
Okay.
So it sits sort of centrally, really. And then to join the two together, we just wrap them twice. And I'm a great believer in using the pliers, so keeping it steady for the first couple of wraps. Once it's in place, it's a lot easier to hold together. And because the 0.25mm wire, again, is quite a soft weave to work with.
I see. Okay.
Sometimes it just needs a bit of assistance to hold it in place. And then just, again, at the bottom bit 3 times, and then just over the top.
And you're doing both again, twice.
Yeah.
Lovely. So that's holding it in place, and it does give a really nice effect, actually.
It gives a
the
lovely
finished
effect,
piece. And you see on here, it's this second section here. So if you creep in really close, you'll be able to see. You see how you've gone down the bottom one twice and then over. It almost gives it this wicker basket look, actually, doesn't it? It's really, really beautiful. Really great texture. And it's things like that on wirework that I think draw the eye in. And that's what I really love about this piece.
And it also is a lot neater as well, I think, because it just sits a bit better. So once we've joined all the pieces in together, and we've joined this section in, and we'll join it in up here. So on this one, which is what I've already weaved. So we've done the centre here, and we've weaved the middle section and the bottom section together. We've come along, and then we've moved along, and as I've come to the end of the loop there, I've then joined in this bit of wire here.
I see.
And then all you'll do is just continue to weave all the way up there. So
I've had loads of lovely messages in for you. Would you like to see one?
okay.
Okay, go on then, twist her arm. This is a special one. So proud of my clever, beautiful daughter-in-law. Your designs are so brilliant from Mum. Oh, God, we should have left that till later. Isn't that nice?
Bless her.
Bless her. Tell us what she's like.
She is my world. Without her, I wouldn't have got through a lot of things in life.
Oh my gosh! Oh, Cassie's here to save the day. Here you are. That's high quality from the staff loos, that is. I've had another message in for you. And this is a new nickname. Hello, ladies. Michelle, you are marvellous. Marvellous Michelle. Oh, joy. I love that. Marvellous Michelle. Yeah, I could see that. That is a good one. That is good. Oh, honestly, you've got so much love out there. So much love. Oh my gosh, you just stay here all the time, please. Please just stay here all the time. You're so wonderful. Fab. So we've made you cry. Tick.
Yep.
That's always good on a first day. I'm going to blame your mum.
Yes.
For that. Is that all right? What's your mum's name?
It's my mother-in-law's name.
Mother-in-law.
Sue. Sue Naylor.
Nice one. Do you know what? I bet she's recording this at home. It's going to come out at Christmas every year. Christmas every year.
Yes, she will definitely. I'm going to shoot her when I see her next. Making me cry on TV.
Look forward to that soon. Lovely. So we've got your 025 back out, and we're going to be weaving onto the other section now, aren't we?
Yes, we are. So what I've done is we joined those two pieces together, and we're just joining in the next piece of wire. And what you do here, just repeat on the opposite side.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oops. So again, you just have to join it in.
I love that you're adding on there this little section so that you can end up dropping in.
Yes.
I see. Brilliant. Because actually, when I was looking at your piece, that drop-in section is so delicate.
Yeah.
You can't really tell. It looks like they're just floating, doesn't it?
Yes.
And
Which
I
is
love
what
this.
sort of thing I was trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So, and then we
It
just
almost looks magical, doesn't it?
yeah.
It really, really does. £21.95 for you. Tell you what, you 6, you're gonna have to 7. You're gonna have to check out your baskets ASAP because I've got way over half my stock gone. Way over for you. Ah! It's fine. I'm all right.
You're getting a bit bullied there.
I know, yeah. Rude. It's fine. It's only my funny bone. Oh.
Why do they call it a funny bone? Because it's never funny when you hurt it.
Tell you what, never. It's
Never.
the most painful bit. I think it's because it's next to your humerus.
Is that what it is?
That's my guess. That's my guess. Ryan, what are you doing?
I thought it was a joke.
No, it's not a joke.
Oh.
That's a true story, Ryan.
Right.
Remember that for when Ryan comes on and shows you his bundle later on, please, ladies and gentlemen.
So we've joined the section in, and we're just gonna weave them all together. So again, you just do the weave as you've been doing it for the previous two sections. So join it in together.
You know, you were saying earlier, just whilst you're weaving, you know, you were saying earlier that you started jewellery making in 2011, but it took you a while to get into wirework. What were you doing before that?
It was just beading onto beading thread.
Oh, I
and
see.
just like the basics, everyone starts with the basics. It's just literally, but then when you see people like Laura Binding and Gemma Crow and Rachel Norris, they all inspire you to try something else and try something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And that's basically where it stemmed from. And then I had a fight with a wire probably right at the beginning.
Did you?
Like you
like you do.
Like you do, because it's a new medium and you're getting used to it. One tip that I was given by Gemma Crow is obviously always make sure you warm your wire, which I found quite interesting. And then once it's warm, it then makes it more malleable and you can then work with it a little bit easier.
And now you're here inspiring everyone else?
Yes.
Oh, we love this. The journey of jewellery maker.
And I think that's what it is. You'll be inspired by what you see out there and other people.
Totally, definitely agree with that.
So then we just continue on with this. All the way up, and then what we have is once we've got to the halfway up, we have two smaller pieces.
Oh yeah, I can see these. Oh Michelle, I can't wait to get home and try this. I'm so excited. Can you see these bits here? So this is where we're up to now. So we've just done this little bit of weave, and then we're going to add on these two, almost a bit fleur-de-lis, aren't they?
Yes.
Those bits. I love that. How wonderful.
So again, they're just made from separate sections, which you would normally, once you've weaved all the way up, you'll add them in sort of about there, I think, really. And again, you'll add one in at a time rather than join them both together.
Yeah,
so
I see.
Just need to go a bit further on up the wire for that.
We are reaching limited stock on this bundle. Just as a reminder, let's take a little look because I'm reaching limited stock. And now there's about 10 of you with it in your baskets who aren't checking out at the moment. Really important you do because I'm in limited stock. Limited stock means last chance saloon, which means 30. Around 30 I've got left, which is a ridiculously low amount when you see the amount in front of me that we've had earlier on. Do not forget, please, that you're getting 100 metres of 025 and this beautiful selection of grey moonstone drops. This is $19.90, just these two. For £2 extra, you're getting 10 metres of 1 mil, your gorgeous irregular slabs, and these whacking great, crazy grey agates as well. £2 for all three. Not each, total. 68p for each one of those. So special. Really important you're checking out though because I'm in limited stock. 2 of you have checked out, so I've got 8 with it in baskets. There's people coming in on the phones as well, so says Pip. $21.95 for you today, limited stock though.
So I've done a bit of extra weaving there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to join in my first swirl. So I'm just holding it in place, and then we are going to create what I think it's a V pattern now. So it's a zigzag pattern as you go up. So we've changed from doing the 2 loops over 2 wires and then 3 loops over 1 wire.
I see.
Can you see the pattern
I can
changes?
see the zigzag.
So
This is slightly different to how I've seen it though. I really like that technique. Because when I've normally seen it, and when I've done it at home, I'll just do it over 1 wire. And then up and up and up. But some of these you're actually doing
I've
on
done
2.
it over 2 wires, yeah.
Oh, I love that. It gives it a really more of an Aztec feel.
Yes.
I really love that.
So, in order to do that, so what we'll do is you'll be using, you've added in your piece of wire in your loop. So then we wrap this wire and this wire.
Okay.
together, and we do that twice.
Over both of the wires.
Over both of the wires. Yep.
Lovely.
And then we are going to miss this wire, and we're going to come up and wrap these 2 wires together.
So you missed the first wire,
Yep.
and then you're wrapping wire 2 and 3,
2 and 3, that's right. And with it being such a loose, such a thin weave, it looks quite nice and sits quite tightly together. And then we're going to introduce our next piece.
Okay. So as you're
Put that bit
introducing this, you're now going to go around 3 and 4.
We're going to go around 3 and 4, yeah.
Have you got a tip for when you're adding on? Because I know when I've added on, when I'm weaving around, at first you think this is never going to stay in place.
Masking tape.
Masking tape.
Masking tape. My best friend, masking tape.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why masking tape?
Well, it's particularly in this, if you're weaving something together, and this is where I've used masking tapes, you can hold it together.
Oh, I love good tip there.
So it doesn't move, which
No.
means you can work on the one free end, knowing that the other end is still in place.
That's
Just
wonderful.
didn't get opportunity to finish this one.
That's your
So-
job for the night?
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's
So
your job for the night.
So masking tape is a very big friend in my house.
I'm going to have to get myself some. And masking tape, it's so cheap, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Especially when you go into a well-known, what do we say, golden coin store.
Right, yes, get you. Yeah. Set price throughout.
Yes,
Go,
yeah.
know what you mean. Know
Yeah.
what you mean, yeah.
You wouldn't go in and ask how much it was.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, yes. Sneaky. I love masking tape, and I'm going to give it a go now because I have masking tape around the top of my ceiling for when I painted the ceiling, painted a straight line, and it's been there for about 2 years.
It might be not very tacky now.
Oh,
You
right.
might need some fresh masking tape.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll get myself down to that store. I've had some messages in, a few questions for you.
Okay.
If that's all right, just whilst you're weaving
no,
this
that's
on. So, your question. Hi, lovely programme. I hear quite often, warm up the wire. Is there any special way to do this? Or know when it is warm enough? Carol. Hello, Carol. Good question.
Back pockets, dressing gowns, place them in nice warm places.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And how do you know when it's warm?
Because it'll have a malleability about it. You'll be able to use it and it'll mould a lot easier than it will if it was cold.
That's a really, really good one. I do that with chocolate.
Yeah, that would make a bit of a mucky mess, Becky.
I do that with chocolate. I sit on chocolate before I eat it. In its wrapper, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't be handling with cold chocolate, but I've never tried it with wire. I'll give that a go. Good question, Carol. I'll give that a go. Another one from my Cheshire lady. Hello, lovely Pauline. I have just made a piece of wrapping with 025 and it is beautiful to use and the finish looks so neat and delicate. Pauline, completely agree. I love 025. I adore it. I wish more people would have a go with it.
It's very useful when it comes to netting stones as well. It's a lot easier to net the stones with, and it's not something I've done. Sammy, I think, did it probably on her previous show, where you had a cabochon, so you make a basic frame at the bottom, and then you weave around the frame, and then pop the stone in and weave around the stone, and it encases the stone in its place.
It is perfect for that.
And
isn't
that
it?
is 0.25 is ideal for that.
Wonderful. Got another one from Brian, have we? Hello, Brian. From Wales. Rhondda Caian Taff, is it? I don't know. I just put on a Welsh accent. It makes it sound a bit better, doesn't it, to be honest? This is Brian. He says, hi all. Great show, Michelle. What a beautiful... you watch... He's going to be from Ireland, isn't he? Hi all. Great show, Michelle. What a beautiful design and great instruction. Thank you. Good. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Isn't that lovely?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Brian.
So...
We'll save that text for the end of this demo. I've got another text for you that they really like. Yeah, they're having a good smile at it.
As long as it's not going to make me cry, because one contact lens has fallen out
I
already.
know, well, I
need another
did.
one.
I did try and get that. I went, the contact's falling out when we were off camera before.
Don't worry, it's fine.
It's fine, you were all right one-eyed?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll have to put it in before I drive home. So then you basically you carry on with the weaving over the 4 wires until you have your desired length for your necklace. And I'm struggling to see the 4 separate pieces of wire, so please bear with me.
Okay.
Only me. I've had a disastrous day today with my children. They gave me a thick lip this morning.
I know. You were saying you had to put ice on it before you showed, didn't you? Could you imagine coming in with a big swollen lip? Tell us what happened. Was it your son?
My youngest son decided he likes to come and have cuddles in bed, but he's quite...
What's his name?
His name is Lewis.
Lewis and Harley.
Yay! And he's not really what I would call a delicate child.
Is he a bit rough and
He's
tumble?
a bit rough and tumble, and when he comes in for a cuddle, he normally comes in head first, except this time he caught the bottom lip.
Oh,
as he did with his head.
And then you got a bit of squidged, didn't you?
Yes, just a bit of squidge, yeah.
Some of
We've
her rings
rectified
were
that
stood
now.
on by the children as well. Bless.
We got around that though.
We got around it.
So you just basically continue on until you have the desired length.
So if you see the amount we've done already, you can see, even though we're asking loads of questions, it's grown up really, really quickly together on this
Doesn't
piece.
take long to do. So then we go to the next one.
So you're going to go over wires 1 and 2 twice,
Yep,
then
and
wires 2 and 3
and
twice, then 3 and 4
Yep.
twice, and then back down again.
Back down. Oh.
Could you keep this on the reel?
Yeah, yes, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to keep it on the reel, so you've cut it off.
Because you're not
Certainly.
looping through anything, are
No.
you? You could just do it at the end.
Yes. Yeah,
So
you
that's a
probably
good
could keep it
tip.
on the reel.
Apparently, lady in Merseyside keeps a wire on the radiator. Pam.
Yeah. Might get a bit hot though.
Oh,
Think of all the burns.
well, I doubt she gets it off like hot coals, like hot potato.
No, but it's just wherever you decide to warm it up. It's whatever you feel comfortable. I've sat on it before now.
I love that.
Put it under me cats, because I've got cats, and they tend to come and sit on your lap. So you're like, well, I'll just put that under there then.
Be useful.
And they sit on anything, cats will. As long as it's
that.
comfy and warm.
Be some help.
Yeah. So,
Just looping that around the last
Yeah.
ones just to finish it off here.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
And then all you do is... I never thought it would be so hard to see with only one contact lens.
It is just propped up on the side of the desk. Just sort of looking around. Not that contact lenses have eyes, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Don't know, everything seems to have eyes. Do you want to finish weaving off that section before you show us how to loop the end?
I can do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do a bundle for you then.
Okay.
Where are we going? Labradorite bundle I'll do for you now, just because I don't want you to rush this bit and I know you want to show us how to finish off this section.
Yeah.
So come on in, Ryan. Ryan, staff bundle.
Hello.
Why do you
Who's
do
this?
Why do you do that silly voice?
Hello.
That's not how you talk. Hello.
That's how I talk though.
Okay, well,
Silly.
you have to tell me about this bundle in that accent then.
Okay. This is gonna be really awkward.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward. Hello, my love.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me about why you've picked Labradorite as your one.
Well, it's been my choice before because I love it because it's amazing, and all these guys love it as well. These guys.
Who's these guys?
The
People at home.
audience, The audience.
Right, get you.
People at home.
Yeah, I see.
I just like, especially this bundle here, because I was recording it earlier. There's so many colours in this one. Not, normal Labradorite is just sort of the blue. See it blue there. There's blues, there's greens, there's like reds, there's peaches. It's really nice. It's just an awesome strand. I love it.
It is stunning.
It
You're
is,
a
it's
little
great.
love, Ryan. What do you think of the price?
I don't know.
Do you not know what it's going to be?
No, I have no idea what the price is.
Do you not?
I have no
Oh, well, I can't
That's
wait.
That's pips.
How about, well, later on when you get the pricing, we'll have your one-word description.
Okay. My one-word description.
Yeah, only one word,
Okay.
Ryan, all right? I gave like repeat one. You're only getting one as well.
Okay.
No preferential treatment here. That's lovely, Ryan. Don't I have a good-looking team? Don't I? Wait for Ben later.
Oh.
Fine filly, Ben, as well. So, I've got 4 strands here for you. These are so stunning. Ben, there was not sarcasm there, my love, I promise. You've got in here 100 carats of the ovals. You've got the heart shapes, 120 carats. The hearts are upside down. Turn around, you guys. You've got 120 of the trilliant shape. And you've also got 170 of these beautiful drops as well. Can you see the labradorescence on some of these? It is so spectacular, so exceptional. The quality is stand out appealing. Why aren't you getting as much labradorescence as I am?
It's beautiful.
How stunning are these? Look at this. Apparently there's even less lights over here that will show up the beautiful labradorescence, but honestly the amount you're getting on here is just exceptional. Come on, you, I'm gonna make you catch it. Oh, there we go, golds, pinks. These are the peaches you were talking about, wonderful Ryan, aren't they? 4 strands of labradorite, 510 carats worth in total. Should be price £31.80 for 4 strands, and these are lengthy strands indeed. £31.80 you should be priced for 4 strands of labradorite. It's nowhere near that today, guys. 4 strands labradorite, 510 carats worth, £21.75 for 4 strands, and these are seriously lengthy. The only ones that have got spaces are the drops, and even the spaces aren't that large. And to get drops on this length strand, normally when we're seeing drops, we're looking at 18 centimetres, aren't we? Strands, a lot of the time, not with this one at all. £5.43 per strand. That's all you're paying. One word, Ryan.
Incredible!
Incredible! Yeah! Woo! I absolutely love these strands. How exceptional. You've got a shape for everything. £21.75 for you today. This is exceptional.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Stunning strands.
How do you feel about Labradorite? I know it's a lot of people at home's favourite.
I love Labradorite.
Do you?
I do.
Do you work with it a lot?
I tend to set it in rings.
Because you've got the movement.
Yes.
When you have it on your stand, when you do craft stalls, do people ask you about it? Do people always know what it is? Do you see?
It's not a stone that people are totally aware of unless you're in the jewellery making industry, if you like. It's not one that, people come up to me and say, oh, well, that's pretty. What is it?
Yes.
That's the first thing.
Which is what I love about this. It gets that dialogue open, doesn't it? It really, really does. So, we've got a question about rings for you, actually. Okay. Let's have a little look at this, shall we? This says, hi folks, can you prong set stones without buying ready-made settings? Is it something I'm not sure of? Just switched on, loving the show. Irene.
Yes, you can. That one there.
Irene, you've missed this. We showed you this earlier on. Have a look. Don't worry, watch it back on YouTube. But look, this is prong set looking, isn't it? This isn't threaded through the centre,
nope.
Is it?
Nope.
At all. This is prong set design, and look at how gorgeous this is.
It's a bit out of kilter because it's a
sapphire around the edge. This is one that got squidged, isn't it? This is one that got stood on.
Well, it's also a bit of a funny shaped stone as well. So although, and I did it, it all looked right, but when I actually set the stone in it finally,
I think it's so beautiful. So yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And this is using the wire to shape it, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I love that. So we're finishing off the weave on this.
We are. So I'm just going to do one more round at the top.
I have got lovely Ben coming up with his bundle, and don't forget you've got mine. Ben, remind me what yours is. Is it Neon Appetite, or is it? It's just Appetite, is it? You're not going to do a song today then? No. It's not, if we all know the song that Ben did. Days. He's going to be having Appetite his, and I've got Opal bundle coming up for you in a bit.
So at the top of the necklace that's finished, I didn't just finish off the weave there, I don't think. I think I went along all of them.
I see.
In a straight line. I can't really see it very well.
It looks to me like you've weaved individually. Do you want to bring it over? Yeah.
Yes, I did. I thought so.
Brilliant.
So, and all I would have done then would have just gone around each one, just really to secure the weave that you've put in place. Not that it would ever come undone anyway, but
just each one once.
Just each one once, yeah.
Okay, I see.
Because we're going to cut it off.
Right.
And cut off the
excess.
The excess. So we finished with that bit now. We don't need that bit.
So we'll snip it.
So we've finished weaving, and then what I've done is you need to obviously make sure that these are all the same length.
Okay.
So you'll cut these off.
So you're snipping off probably about a centimetre.
Yeah,
is
there's
it?
about a centimetre left to create the loop.
So this is the loop that's going to go. Oh, I love! I've just realised the detail you've created. That then goes through the chain. So it's this section here. So you can see this is the bit we're going to do now with the curve. Got it.
So we've to the length we've got to the desired length of the necklace, and I've made it so it sits on the décolletage area.
Okay.
So then all you do is you roll over your edges, and like you would just do a normal wrap loop, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. Try and catch all of them so that all are. Oh yeah.
Oh, but that's quite a good tip actually, because one didn't catch them, but I thought you'd have had to do it all separately, but you don't. You just squidge and go again, don't you?
And then obviously just pull it to the front, so it you know, like you would do any normal.
So you're kinking it back.
Yeah.
So that it's less of a P shape, it's more in the centre.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then because I needed to make, I wanted to put the chain on it, but I didn't obviously want to use the jump ring, so I've made my own little connector.
Brilliant.
So
this again is using the 1 mil.
This is using the 1 mil wire, and what you will do is you'll bend the wire. So you have an L shape.
I see.
Yep. And then what I did from there was I fed it through the loops.
Okay.
And then because I wanted it to have quite a snug fit, I didn't really want it to have any movement.
No.
I then bent it that way. So effectively, if you were looking at it not being, it would look like that.
Okay, I see. So almost a triangle.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
And then pop that through there. And then you cut it down, and then you just bring the sides in together to finish the triangle off.
I see. So you've just snipped that first bit of the triangle, snipped it down so it's just snugly cuddling it.
Yeah.
And now you're bringing it in
So
to
it
create
makes
a
like
tight triangle. I see.
You can see that there?
Yeah.
And then all we do is get the wire and bend it back slightly. Again, because you're just going to make just a normal loop.
So you're kinking it back so
Kink
it's
it back, so that when you roll it over,
that loose bit you've just snipped.
And it will be central.
Get it? Yeah, good one.
So we cut off the excess wire. Oops. And then just loop it over, like so.
Again, doing a midish point on your
So then it sits
round nose.
very
Wonderful.
central.
I see. So that's that bit completed. And then that's where you'll attach your chain.
And then you'll attach the chain on.
So how have you attached the chain? Because you've not used a jump ring.
No. So all we've done with the chain, done with the findings kit now. All we did with the chain, I've got some silver down there, is we just open it up as an open door. You don't pull it out, you open it that way.
Yeah.
And then we just attach.
That just means it doesn't bend out of shape, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it keeps its smoothness.
That's right. Then we just use the links, because the links I think are solid. I couldn't see any breaks in them anyway.
No.
And then just loop it on. Close the loop.
And then close it up into place.
Yep.
And then obviously you added the drops on as well, didn't you?
Yes. The drops are, I've tried to make them look like they're invisibly floating. And that took a bit of
I think they really do. They do look like they're just suspended.
Yes. So you find obviously the appropriate drop to sit it where you want to put. You get your 0.25 mil wire.
Because you've got the graduation on this strand as well, no matter what size you loop, you're going to find something that's likely to fit nicely.
Yes.
That's good.
What I found is when I first did it, I just wrapped the stones in the loops like that. But what I found is they would either drop or they wouldn't sit right.
Okay.
So what I actually did is I brought the two pieces of wire together.
Yeah.
And I just twisted them.
Okay, like the tiara twist technique.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it keeps them nice and tight in place.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously you just split your wires.
Separating them.
Separate them. And then you feed them in. You wrap round the frame a couple of times. I made that a bit too long.
So you just want it to be a couple of mil then?
Literally just a couple of wraps round. Because you want to make it look like it's suspended there rather than and I suppose that's the nice thing about the 0.25 mil wire, because you can't you have to get quite close up to see it.
I see. That is the great thing. It's the invisible, just makes it so simple, doesn't it, to keep things invisible.
I've wrapped it in.
Yeah.
And then you bring the wire up there.
I see. So you're keeping it in space.
Yeah. And then you do exactly the same with this side.
And this bit, of course, it would have to be off the reel for this, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And looping it again with the tail first.
Yeah, tail first. Bring that up. And then what I've done is, as you'll see on the design on the necklace itself, I've actually hidden the wires in with the weave.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is genius. You can't see that.
No, so it was to give the illusion that it was all done with one length of wire, if you know what I mean. So then all I would have done is I find a gap which would be suitable.
And this is what I mean about 0.25.
Yeah. So you pull it in.
It's just invisible.
Pull it through. You'll have to excuse me because I can't see very well.
And then it's just popped in there.
And then you can't.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
It just pops in. It's just squidges because it's so fine. It just squidges. They all just budge up a tiny, tiny bit.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
What I did do on that necklace was I did weave just one section of the bar.
Yeah.
Just really, so it just looks part of the design really more than anything
I
else.
see. A
So
tiny,
it doesn't look a bit
tiny
odd.
section. Just again, just gives it gorgeous texture. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But adds strength too.
Yes.
Michelle, that is such a beautiful design. I adore it. We have had so many lovely texts in. Let's get some in for you now. This is from, this one's for me really, is it? Okay. Sarah Jane, hi guys. I have a staffy, and when I want to use my wire, I sit it in his bed and I say, bow, bow. Go warm mummy's wire. And off he goes. Then he brings me the reel when I ask for it. Out of his bed. Sarah Jane in Middlesex. Have you got time to come and train a golden retriever? Round 18 months old.
I need that as well.
I love that. Go more mummy's wire. And then he comes and brings it to you. Oh my goodness. I love that dog. Got another one in for you. I love that, Sarah Jane. Come on up to Cheshire, love. May we see the ring that Michelle is wearing, please? It looks lovely. Yes, this is the one we showed you earlier on. Have a little look. We showed you how to make this earlier. If you've just tuned in, this was our first designer inspiration. We showed you how to make this, how to do this technique. It's beautiful, isn't it? This is from our first designer inspiration kit that we had. Watch us back on YouTube to find out exactly how to create this gorgeous piece. And then this is the one I said, let's read this later. This one's from Jacqueline. Well done, Michelle. You do design some great pieces of jewellery. So proud of you, Mum. So that's your other mum?
My other mum, my birth mum.
So you've got Jacqueline and you've got Sue just messaging you in today.
Bless them.
What's Jacqueline like?
My mum's just turned 16. Yeah.
Oh my
She turned
days.
60 on the 11th of April, and we did a massive, well, we didn't do a massive party, but we went down to Taunton, because that's where she lives. She has her own little pub in Taunton. And we were all there as a surprise.
Oh.
But she's a great fan of my stuff.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the more I do, the more she seems to like, and the more designs I seem to come up with. And she was a big fan of all of this, because she came down on Monday.
Did
she
she?
saw all of this on Monday. Was very impressed.
Oh, bless. Well, she's obviously very, very proud of you. That is so lovely. Thank you for all of your messages in. Michelle, the designs are stunning. You are such a great teacher. We're going to come and see your challenge in around about 45 minutes, so I'll let you carry on with that. Join us after this break. Bargains galore.
Here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, we are happy to announce that our studio store is now open. If you attend any of our courses, you can now browse through special items, get exclusive discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Become an exclusive customer at the studio store. For more information on available courses and dates, please contact our call centre. The new studio store. The experience just got better.
Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Join guest designer Louise Jacobson for our Wirework Rings DVD. This DVD contains a step-by-step guide on how to use a ring mandrel, create single and double stone rings, cluster rings and much more. Get the inspiration and help you need to create your very own handmade jewellery. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
If for any reason you're not satisfied, you have the benefit of our no-quibble 30-day money-back guarantee. Just complete the returns form enclosed with your goods and send them back for a full refund.
Jewellery Maker ships to the following countries. We offer 2 delivery services, standard and premium. So wherever you are in the world, Jewellery Maker are never far away. Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Welcome back everyone to Designer Inspirations. My name is Becky and now she can see with 2 eyes. It's wonderful. Michelle, you got your contact back in, love?
I've managed to get my contact back
Nice,
in, yes.
nice.
Yes.
Well, now you can crack on with your challenge now, can't
yes,
you? Crack on with
definitely.
your challenge. We'll be bringing those up for you probably about 40 minutes or so, that you can have a look at her beautiful, beautiful designs from her challenge. Now, in this section, if you want to be inspired, if you want some pieces that are maybe a bit unusual, a bit different, maybe you've not owned them before, this is going to be the section for you. And whether you're new or old, you've been here for 3 years or you've just tuned in today, I've got plenty for you in this section. As well as 2 more of your team bundles that I have coming up for you as well. Let's start off with these bead boards. Michelle.
Yes.
Discuss.
I've never used the bracelet one.
No.
But I do have the pink one, and it's nice because you can stack them on top of one another, and I've got more than one project.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got projects started all over my house.
Do you? Are you one of those? Get a few on the go at once?
Yeah.
I'm if I've not finished it, I can't move on.
Oh, why not? See, I make something and then think it doesn't look right, so then I leave it.
Yes.
And then
go back to it with a fresh mind.
Yeah.
You've got 2 beading boxes. Now, why are these great? If someone's new, why are they so useful?
The pink one's useful because it's got the measurements on it for necklaces. The grey one's obviously useful because you've got your measurements for your bracelets.
Yeah.
And obviously people are all different sizes when it comes to bracelets. So you make quite, you know, you can make sort of uniform sizes with your bracelets and make them bigger or smaller with the bracelet one. And then obviously the pink one, you can put your stones in it, keep them safe. Put the pattern on the tray itself. You
can, absolutely. You're getting a bead scoop with this as well, one of those gemstone, deluxe gemstone bead scoops. So this is exactly what we're talking about in these ditches. You can plan out exactly how it's going to go. So I can go, right, I've got this gorgeous drop amethyst, I want that in the middle, and then I'm going to have a couple of these drop clear quartz next to it, and you can work out exactly the design you want to do and work out exactly what order you want it all in before you then thread it together, because of course we thread from one side to the other as a general rule, so it's quite easy to accidentally just miss out one. Say on this side you accidentally, in the space of this one, did that for some reason. By the time you have got it all finished and you've got it all together, you put the clasp on, guaranteed that's at the point you'll realise. You won't realise when you're doing it, but afterwards, woo! This way you can plan it all out, you know exactly what's happening, where everything's going, and it'll get it solid in your mind, especially if you are going into beading. So you do get this deluxe gem scoop as well. You've got such a selection in here. Take a look, you've got a beautiful mixture. This lapis lazuli colouring in here is so, so special. You've also got in here some beautiful labradorite. You've got some amethyst. You've got some clear quartz. Oh my goodness, look at this lapis. I wonder if you can see it. Can you squeeze in on that and see how much of the gold you've got on this piece? I don't think I've ever seen so much gold on a piece of lapis. That is so spectacular. You've also got in here some really stunning high-end labradorite. Have a look at these. Can we see the quality of this? Look at that labrador essence. That is seriously special. You've got some huge pieces here, loads of different shapes, loads of different sizes, but at the same time, it's not a completely random mixture. You're getting a lot of similar ones. So of these, the lapis rondelles that I've laid out there for you, I've probably got about 15, maybe even 20 in my scoop. It's a great way to get you started, because it's going to give you a chance to work with different gemstones and work with different shapes, but it's a great one to add to your stash, because let's face it, as Michelle said, once you've got a bead box you can stack them up, get all your designs going, you've got them there, but also you've got a lovely selection of beautiful deluxe gem selection that you might not usually work with, say a rondelle shape, you might not usually work with lapis lazuli, but you get the chance to here along with all of your staples, and you've got a selection here that no matter what you design. Do you ever get that where you think, oh, I wish I just had one of those? Might well have it in this stash. So your price for the deluxe gem scoop, of which you're going to be getting plenty and plenty of goodies, 250 carats worth with the 2 bead boxes, should be £19.85. But we're going to give you a price that everyone can get involved with. Whether you're new, whether you've been here for ages, we're going to put it on the nose. Your price today, it's not nearly 20, your price is just £15 today for this gorgeous scoop, and that scoop is deluxe. That is high-end strand. Essentially what happens is when we get high-end gemstone strands, what we'll do is, say on the website we only have 3 strands left. There's no point in leaving them on there because it's taking up space in our warehouse, because for every different selection it will take up a whole box. So whether I've got 100 in a box or 3 in a box, they have to stay in separate boxes, so it takes up space. So what we'll do with these really high-end ones is, instead of us bringing them to air to you because you've only got 3, it wouldn't be fair on you because you'd all see them and go, I need them, we actually just slice them up and put them into these scoops. So these are our really beautiful high-end strands, £15 for you with the 2 bead boxes today. Get them whilst you can, let your inspiration go wild, and send in your photos to our wall of fame, why don't you? Lovely selection there for you. Right, we're going to do another team bundle for you now. This is the cheapest bundle of the day. Actually, whilst we're talking about bundles, if you love bundles, you know that when you get bundles, because you've got them together, there's discounts there. It's like with anything. It's like with us buying. It's like when you go to, you know, discount shops. A lot of the time, if you think of the big kind of think of your Costco's, think of those types of things. The more you buy, the bigger amount of saving. And that's exactly how it is with a bundle. Because you're getting loads there, we give you a discount. And if you love that, on Tuesday, the 29th, so this Tuesday coming, you've got me, and we have got a stasher show. No strands, just bundles. But not just bundles of gemstones, bundles of polymer, bundles of acrylic, acrylic. Enamel, chain, there's just loads. It's serious. On Tuesday, you need to tune in. So this is going to be your cheapest bundle of the day, and it is this stunning bargainacious, and this is the choice of my lovely cameraman / director. Him and Ryan like to switch it up throughout the show. It is my ever so wonderful... What did you just say then, Ryan? Technically, I'm supposed to be the director, says Ryan. But he lets Ben have a go. Ryan. Come on in, Ben. Talk to me about this, my love. So, you've chosen your stunning apatite. Talk to us exactly about why this has been your choice.
Well, I was off last week, so Pip rang me and said, "Oh, Ben, we're doing bundles, we need you to pick one." And I just couldn't think of a strand to do.
Okay.
So so I went for a walk in the woods and stumbled upon a badger, a very nice badger. His name was Jefferson. And he said, you look troubled? So I was like, yeah, I am. I'm just trying to think of this. I need to bundle together some gemstones. I need to sell it on the show on Thursday. I can't figure out what to do. And he said, well, why don't you pick apatite? Because it's tranquil, it's peaceful. Summer's approaching and spring and all of that. And so I went for it. So yeah. This is from Jefferson.
Thank you, Jefferson, the badger.
I was really busy, but thank you, Jefferson. I'll call you tomorrow.
The worst thing about that is that I was waiting for some sort of punchline or some sort of joke, but the fact it just fizzled out is the end of the story. I'll call you.
Well, that's it's just a standard conversation.
That's a standard conversation.
Yeah.
I have never said, ever, you can thank this bundle to a forest friend badger. Why badger, Ben?
It's the first animal I could think of to make up.
It's the first animal you could think of to... Are you trying to tell me that story's not true?
Oh, no, it's true, yeah. It's just Jefferson's actually a person, not a badger.
Okay, of course. Michelle, have you ever met some friendly badgers?
Can't says I have, no.
I can't says I have. I loved that. Ben's bundle. 280 carats worth of apatite, 140 carats in each. And you know what? Not only are you going to get these 2 strands for a stunning price, you get the story for free. That is free whammy for you today. Our way of saying thank you very much. Your price for these 2 strands, you're going to be shocked. It's just £5.50 for both of these. Let me get out my ruler. You're looking at 40 centimetres on mine. You're looking at that. This is what I've got spare. This is my 30 centimetre ruler. And look at the amount. £5.50. Ben, if Jefferson was to see this, what would he say?
Well, he'd be very angry, but what can you do?
He'd be very angry, but what can you do? Absolutely true. If you were to do an impression of Jefferson for me, with Jefferson's one word to describe this, what would it be like?
Oh man, why'd you have to drop the price so low, man?
So, Jefferson is an American badger.
No, he's English.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's kind of like 60s Beatles
60s Beatle English, okay. When I said one word, obviously Jefferson is hard of hearing as a badger. Yes. Okay, fair enough. £5.50 is the lowest price. We have got so many of you on the phones for this. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It is stunning, natural, beautiful goodie of your appetite today. £5.50. That is all you're going to be paying for 2 strands. This is going to go so far. I've got 30 people on the phone. I have got, I don't even know how many with it in baskets. £5.50. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't this a stunning selection? GKGC 59. This is a serious bargain. I've got loads of double buyers on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double 11. Someone else has just come in. 11 double buyers on this. 11 double buyers. 12. Another one's just come in. Over half my stock's gone. You've got to be quick on this. You really do. £5.50. That's all you're going to be paying. Add this to your basket. Now, Michelle, if you were to work with these, what would you think of doing with them?
Very forest green, aren't they? I can see badgers influences there, definitely.
Oh, Michelle, please don't provoke him. She was saying it reminds her of badgers, this strand.
Ah, yes.
Oh, yes.
They look nice on a gizmo coil.
Ooh,
Thread them onto a piece of wire and gizmo them on a piece of wire and have them as a necklace with like a torque necklace through. They look quite pretty.
I love that idea, because then that's adding to the texture, isn't it?
It is.
£5.50. I'm telling you though, this is going to sell out. I do not name and shame, but you're going to know, hopefully, when I say that all the few people online with it in your baskets, I'm not going to name and shame, but if you have got it in your basket and your name begins with a P and you live in Essex, you have got genuinely probably about 15 people trying to grab that off you at the moment. If you are in Menorca, now that's cutting it down, isn't it? If you're in Menorca, you know who it is. You know who it is in Menorca. You need to check out as well, because again, about 15 people. Honestly, there's a serious amount of you with this. It's going to be a sellout. It's fastest finger first at this point. East Riding of Yorkshire. Never heard of that. How beautiful. Which forest were you in, Ben? Whereabouts was this forest? Because there are a lot of forests around Redditch.
Yeah, it's in, well, it's actually a wood.
Oh, it's a wood.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a complicated one. You don't want to devalue his home, but you know.
So we're not allowed to mention it so that we'll protect the badger.
Yeah, because he likes to think he's more noble than he is.
Okay, so he comes from a very noble. He sounds a bit
forest.
A noble forest. Great. Okay. £5.50 is the price on this bundle today. Honestly, so I'm in single figures. Right now, I'm in single figures. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in baskets. Exactly. 15 in baskets, 8 on the phone. I've got single figures. So if none of you with it in your baskets check out now, the 8 people on the phone are going to get it and no one else is going to. Fastest finger first, you're going to have to check out for me. £5.50, it's your deal bundle of the day. It's stunning. And don't worry, you've got mine coming up as well. Don't worry. You've got the most magical gem selection. Beautiful. No stories included with mine, I'm afraid. I'm not going to make one up. It won't be able to. I'm not going to make it up. We're not about making up faux stories here.
Why would you make one up?
Why would you make one up? You're completely right, Ben. Right, let's move on because that's the sellout now. It's 5 left. 5 left. 4 left. It's going to be a sellout. There's 12 of you. 13, 14 of you with it in your baskets. I've only got 4 left. Sellout. Other side. Wire twister tool and your wax wire comb come in a bundle today. The wire twister, oh, stay where you are. This is your 6-inch. Essentially, what you have to do, it's really easy. You pop your wires in here, you lead them through, you put your hands around the arm sections, and then as you're pulling this base section here, it ravels up the wire. So you've got this gorgeous twisting effect. And then you just let that go, hold the arms back, and it's twisted. Medium twister tool. And your wax wire comb. So popular, this wax. Wax wire comb made in Britain by Mr. Wagstaff. It is great for creating these loops, these spirals, for captivating the top of drops. It's great for doing tassels. Have you used this before, Michelle?
I didn't know, but I did want one to make the top of the
on that piece.
lilies.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I haven't used one, but it would have been handy.
It would have.
Yeah.
Gives you a really, really simple finish. I've got a video of how to use both of these. Let's have a look at these now, shall we?
So insert your wire through the hole in the end of the nib and just bend it up like so. Then start gently to turn the handle, but make sure that the first one is quite loose because you need to trim it off and essentially get the cone off at the end. Then just gently twist and guide your wire so that the coils sit nice and close together. And then this is a 1mm gauge wire. You can do it with smaller gauges, but this is a nice sturdy one. And these coils are really good for hiding the edges of necklaces where you've got a number of strands together and you just want to tuck them in and make them look more professional. So keep twisting until you have a complete cone, and then trim off the wire and cut through the first loop. There we go. Then gently use your cutters to tidy up the coil. And there you have your wire cone.
That's going to give you symmetry, a professional finish, and you've seen how easy it is to use. Even if you're brand new to jewellery making before, you've never even used wire before, you can create that in moments with this. That is so simple to use. You've got the wax and you've got the 6-inch wire twister tool as well. Let's show you the 6-inch twister as well, just in case you haven't seen it before, just in case you want to use this. Show you how to use this one.
This is the wire twister tool. To open the tool, you just gently squeeze the handles together and it will release the pliers here. And then you need to take 2 pieces of wire in your desired gauge. I'm using 2 pieces of 0.6mm. I would say you can probably go up to a 0.8mm. Anything more than that will be quite difficult. And then you need to secure these either to a nail or a door frame, like door handle, or if you've got a vise, that would work brilliantly. And then you take the other end of your wires and clamp them into the jaws of the tool, and then give this a really good squeeze and slide the centre piece back so that it clamps the handles together. Then you gently step backwards and then take hold of the end cap and let go of the main tool itself and just gently pull back and then swap. So you hold the tool, let go of the end cap, and then again repeat, and you will see the wire start to turn, twisting together. When your wires are twisted sufficiently, all you need to do to release the tool is gently squeeze the handles together and it will release the pliers. And there's your twisted wire.
And that is the effect you can get. So you can do a torque with that, you can add strength with that, you can loop that again around itself or gizmo that. You can make really huge chunky pieces with it, or you can just use natural easy peasy to do pieces. What about wax combing once you've used this? You're going to give so many different effects with this kit. You've seen how easy they are to use. Make a note of today's date and you can watch those back on YouTube whenever you want. Price you should be paying, £22.90, which honestly, for genuine professional quality tools, that is exceptional. When we're looking at tools like these, normally you're looking around what? For these tools, so we always say your pliers are around what, £8.95-ish everywhere else generally, but these ones you're looking more £14.95, aren't you? Realistically, usually everywhere else. £22.90 for both of them if you were to get them separately. Today, to give you a go so you can get involved, you're going to love this deal. It's yours today for just £16.95 to give your looks, to give your designs something special. These by itself, £14.95, your twisters. £14.95 by itself. For an extra £2, you're getting this professional, British-made, beautiful wax comb. £2 extra, that is it. If you haven't worked with these before, now is your chance. And it's just it's going to add so much to your designs. It's really going to give them a go. WRGC 18 is the code on these ones. Do you know what? If you love the wire twisting effect and you're thinking to yourself at home, I haven't used that wax comb. I can see the effect it looks. I wonder how often I'd use it. Should I, shouldn't I? You may as well, because you're getting it for £2 today. And you know what? If you don't like it, if you think I'm not going to use that often, first day money back guarantee, it's not a problem at all. But you'll be amazed at how much you do use this. And guest designers always say, I'd have done that with a wax comb if you had any in stock, because these fly out so quickly whenever we have them on. Sissy is texting, she uses hers for macrame and kumihimo. Wowzers. That's a really good idea actually, Sissy. Really good idea. Because I bet that's going to give you a totally different look, isn't it? £16.95. I love mine. Didn't know how much I would love it. Sissy, you're completely right. I think you don't understand how much you're going to adore these until you give them a go. £16.95. Loads of you on the phone for these today. Thank you for joining me and Michelle. Thank you very, very much. £16.95 for you on these today. How about giving to you a totally natural strand of a gorgeous, bright, poppy, fun gemstone. Carnelian. These are so unusual to see it in this shape. Isn't it unusual to see it in this shape? This is a beautiful, genuine gemstone. Now, this has had heat treatment on it, and that is purely to give it a little bit more of a powerful pack, this more fiery tone, and I love that about that. This is seriously fiery. Now, actually, we've had quite a bit of carnelian on at the minute, but what we do have a lot of is coating. So let me show you this coated one that we have. So this is a coated strand of carnelian. Carnelian. This is your coated strand. And then this is it naturally. Isn't that totally different? This is heat treated, I did say that, didn't I? But this is generally what it looks like without any coating on it. It's just this really beautiful, powerful pop. So you've got this lovely strand here today in a truly unusual shape. I can't think of a time I've seen graduated checkerboard rice beads. And that's beautiful to have an unusual shape for an unusual gemstone, because maybe you've already got in your stash carnelian in rounds or in rondelles, which we see them in quite a lot. But then you can add this on. You can have a completely carnelian piece, but a totally different feel add to this. 50 carats worth of these beautiful checkerboard rice beads. They're seductively sparkly, they're super, super hot, fiery. Your price, pretty hot as well, actually. Have you ever called a price hot? £11.95 for you. This is spicy, this is zesty, this is bright and fun. Springtime again. Did you get that gorgeous lemon quartz earlier on? Pen, what are you doing, you Wally? What did you do then? Yeah, I can see you. Just because people at home can't, I can see what you're doing.
Okay, so Pip,
yeah,
in the gallery, when you said something about dropping...
it's a hot price, I said.
Yes, Pip then said, drop it like it's hot.
Yeah. This is what I have to put up with, by the way.
In the gallery, Ryan went, ow, as if something was hot. So to respond, I went...
This is what I have to put up with constantly. This is my team. I'm with Pip, drop it like it's hot. Ryan, ouch! Ben pulling stupid faces and going, ah, and then someone fondly known as Lycra Pete. You think this is an easy job? I'll tell you what, it's not when you've got lovely loonies like this surrounding you. £11.95 for this beautiful gemstone, 50 carats worth for you today. How's about I do my bundle now? Right. Opal. Personally, my #1 location for opal, and it's agreed by many, Ethiopia. I could have got together, you know, bits of opal from wherever really, Mexican opal. I love Mexican opal, but I could have got loads of that and put it together. But I want you to fall in love with opal as much as I do. So I went to my #1 location, and that's where I picked them out from. No, I didn't go personally. Yeah, overnight. Yeah, nipped off to Ethiopia. No, I looked on our system and I brought these for you. Now, I know you're not going to be able to see this, and already this hurts my soul. Colour play galore. Let's look at these one at a time. If you've already bought these strands separately, do text in and let us know the colour play you're seeing. Oh, why, lights, do you hate me so much? Did you get one then? Oh no, just as I dropped it. There's a little bit of blue you can see here, but I'm getting way more of that, and I'm getting the colour spheres as well. These little bubbles. Michelle, my love, pop on over here for me, chicken. Because basically, when you've got opal, due to the lights in here and all of the different, oh, you can see it a little bit there, all the different layers of glass in the lens, you can't see colour play at home. But I need to show you now. Look, especially this section here.
Oh,
what are you seeing?
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. There's greens, that's got oranges in it. Wow, that's a stunning.
And you've even got it all the way up here as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I love that one, yeah.
Beautiful. Lovely.
Isn't it special? What do you think of opal as a general?
I love opal.
Me too.
I do love opal.
I'm not sure what your favourite gemstone is.
I have lots of favourites. There's not anyone in particular. So Amethyst, because I'm an Amethyst baby.
Are you? Same as me. When's your birthday?
23rd of February.
Oh, 27th. Think of a birthday buddy.
There you go. But I also like blue topaz, and I like rubies and sapphires and emeralds and diamonds and
pretty much all of the big ones you love.
Yeah.
I love that.
Have expensive tastes.
I love that. Thank you very much for coming over and looking at these, Michelle. That's really nice of you. Just because I think it's important, because you can't get it through the camera. It's really hard for me to put it across to you, and I just like you to know that it's not just me going, oh yeah, I can see it. It's good to get other people involved to let you know. So you have got this strand of opal with plenty of colour play. That is, my strand's around 30 centimetres long, so 32 centimetres. I've got a bit extra on this, but you've got that strand twice, 40 carats on each of these with colour play, twice. And then I've added some pink opal, because pink opal's a relatively new one to us and we don't have it on that often. And I love this pink opal because it's got this gorgeous dusky colour to it, and yet it's still got that really interesting appeal. So you've essentially, what you've got here is, you've got your Ethiopian opal in the graduated faceted rondelles all the way up to 7x3, 40 carats on each of these strands with plenty of colour play. So these really are your pretty opal, aren't they? These are your seductively sparky, your eye-catching, your night out opal. And then I wanted to get a juxtaposition with it with these 290 carats of your pink opal, 85 centimetre strand on this. It's got that beautiful Cath Kidston vintage pink tone to it, and you've got such a variety on here. The before price, £40.85. I did you a corker of a deal. I had to go and ask whether or not I could do this deal. They weren't happy about it, but they said okay. Ethiopian opal. How often do we discount Ethiopian opal? How often? £40.85. You need to get yourself on the phone. Everything I could I've done for you. £27.95. You are getting a hefty amount here with these two strands. These two strands, by the way, these two Ethiopian are £17.95 each. If you were just buying these two, you're paying £35.90 for just these two. That's way over £27.95, but then you're also getting a double whammy of this most exquisite, vintage, gorgeous, fun, bohemian, chunky, nuggeted, beautiful opal strand as well. £27.95. Your saving in total on this is not to be missed at all. £27.95. You're making almost £13 saving today. Tell you what, 13, unlucky for some, not for you at home today on this bundle, is it? £27.95. If you haven't worked with opal before, it is such a great opportunity for you to today. It truly, truly is, because not only have you got these gorgeous polished strands, as it were, you've also got this bit of rough and ready with this gorgeous dusky pink opal as well. And you know what? Opal, I know a lot of you who are into myths and lore with gemstones, you may well have read that opal is a bit of a bad luck gemstone. That's a bit of one of those old wives' tales. It did used to be known as that. Mainly, well, there's a couple of reasons. One, because a book came out many moons ago saying that it was going to be a bad luck gemstone, but also, and this is what I think, because I can imagine them pulling this out of the ground many thousands of years ago and seeing this colour play that you're getting in these strands and almost being shocked about them, almost thinking it's a bit mystical, it's a bit hokum pokum, it's a little bit suspicious. But if you read books written in the last, 10 or so years, you will see it's had a complete switch around, a total switch around. It's now seen as a good luck gemstone because it's got that rainbow of colour in it that you get in this more than with anything else, that rainbow of colour. And of course, rainbows synonymous with good luck, aren't they? The colour play you're getting is exceptional. You can see it tiny, tiny bits here and here, but honestly, get it home to truly appreciate it. You're going to love it. £27.95. You are saving money massively on this today. ZGGC96. We've had loads of wire on today, and I launched this for you not so long ago. I'm going to give you the chance, if you missed out then, your chance to own it now. We've had loads of wire. How about getting involved with Viking knit, but our newest of the Viking knit family tools? Take a look at this for me. This is your 1/2 inch Lazy Daisy knit. Let me get all your goodies out. So, you get your pin in here to hold everything in place. And let me show you. Can you see that normally you'll have the 6 holes of a Lazy Daisy, won't you? This one's got 12. Now that means you're going to be able to make much chunkier pieces. You're going to be able to make really dynamic pieces. We had, when we launched this, when we did a Viking knit launch with this, I was on with lovely Laura Binding, wasn't I? I was with Spellbinding, and she's created these pieces using the Lazy Daisy tool. So you see that knit in the background. This is the piece that we showed you how to make on Designer Inspiration. Have a little look back on our YouTube if you missed it, because you're not going to believe this. You see, sorry, can we go back a picture? Can I be a right pain? Sorry, mate. Sorry. Ryan just went, ow! Can't work out how to go backwards. You see that gold section there? That is a thinner wire. Now, I can't remember what that is. It might be a 0.4, it might be a 0.6. But do you know the antique bronze at the top? That was 1 mil. You can work a 1 mil on this up to, I think she said up to 5 or 6 or 7 loops. This is really, really special. And let me show you. You get your little design ideas as well. So even if you haven't used this before, you get a really detailed and pictured description on exactly how to use this as well, which is just great. It's so simple to use. It gets you a full fold out, pictures of how to use it, pictures of how to create looks. If you didn't manage to get your hands on it first time, now is your chance. Lazy Daisy Viking knit tool. It's our new 1/2 inch and it's got the 12 loops on it. The price? Just £24.95 for you today. And do you know what I love about this? Honestly, the fact that all you need is a bit of wire. You can create so many different looks with this, so many different looks. All you need is a little bit of wire. This tool is going to last and last and last. There's nothing to fall off here. There's nothing to rust. There's nothing that's going to go wildly wrong with it. Once you've bought this, you've got it then. You've got it. We asked people to do a price comparison on this when we did the launch show. We did it ourselves and we got people to message in. And we'll be honest with you, we were honest with you on the launch show. We found them in America for £18.95. But then your shipping on top of that took it up to, it was £8.95, the one we found. And then you had to pay your tax on top of that. So it worked out way more expensive than this, and you had to wait for it. And of course, you have to be careful with customs, as Laura Binding said. Sometimes when you get things from away, customs, then your tax, and there's all these other issues on top of it. Ours was by far the cheapest we could find, and we asked you to do price comparison as well, and you all texted in with exactly what you'd found. £24.95 for you today. Seriously competitive, seriously. Wonderful deal. Lazy Daisy Viking knit 1/2 inch tool. £24.95, there's plenty of you there. Hello everybody, hope you're having a lovely afternoon. What are we doing next? Ooh. Oh my. Wowzers, have a little look at this for me. These are huge. Wait, when did I have, oh my goodness, did you get that bundle? Look at these together, how cute would that be? This bundle sold out, did it? the emeralds bundle. You're getting this strand, but how nice does this go from that bundle that we had on earlier? Perfectly, don't they? So, you have got your gorgeous emerald strands here. This is a gorgeous strand. Maybe you missed out on that bundle earlier, the emerald bundle. Maybe you missed out on it. Maybe you did. Do not worry. I've got a gorgeous strand for you right here. Emerald is just synonymous with high-end. It's synonymous with quality. Lovely Michelle, you said that this is one of your favourites. Can you tell me why?
I just love them. Just love them. I went to America for my honeymoon. Well, I went to New York for my honeymoon, and I brought back an emerald ring from America.
Did you?
That's one particular reason why I went out there, because I wanted something that was special, and that's basically why. I just love emeralds.
You just love it.
I do. I just love all of them.
All of them?
I do love all of them.
If I could have them all, I would.
I would. I spend a fortune on strands.
Do you?
I do, and I hide them.
Why do you hide them?
Because my husband wouldn't be very pleased.
Do you not?
No.
Darling, I'm just going to make you a cup of tea. No, it's fine. Don't worry, I'll get it. I'll make you one, because you've got all your emeralds hidden next to the tea bags.
Yeah.
Is it like that, Michelle?
Well, sort of.
Tell us one of your hiding places. Go on.
I can't, because
He's watching. I can't. 75 carats worth of your emerald on this beautiful strand. This is natural from Brazil. And Brazil is kind of one of the locations to get it in. And what I love about this strand is the graduation. Very rare, actually, do we have plain rounds with any graduation, is it? But if I show you the difference of this, so the 6mm ones are at the very top, and then you've got the 8mm next to it. It only sounds like a small difference, 2mm, but I'm sure you'll agree there's a pretty big difference with these, isn't there? Which is wonderful. That means that you can create so many different looks, so many different textures. Could you imagine doing 1 6mm, 1 8mm, 1 6mm, 1 8mm, 1 6mm, 1 8mm, and you'd get this gorgeous emerald undulating neck piece or bracelet piece, because you've gone from smaller to larger, smaller to larger. We were talking about textures before when I was with Michelle, talking about textures and how different textures look. Yeah, these are your plain rounds, but you can add texture at home by simply ordering them slightly differently than they come on the strand. Oh gee, how hilarious is that code? Oh gee, I'm 80. Do you know what I mean? It's like waking up and going, oh gee, I'm 80 today. I love it. Oh gee. That reminds me of a joke that my parents used to tell all the time. I'll tell you in a second. I'll get the price in first. Your price today for gorgeous emerald is a tiny £14.95. Your face, you look like you're in pain there, Michelle, to be honest, love.
I am, because I'm the wrong side of the screen.
Would you get this at home, genuinely?
Yeah, I would have bought quite a few of the strands that's been on today's show at home, especially as I've been paid as well.
No. £14.95. It's stunner, for gorgeous, natural as well. This isn't filled, this hasn't got glass in it or anything.
No. I just hope there's a strand left.
Well, I think you'll be very lucky, my love, because I've just had an update on how many people are on the phone for this. There is a slight queue. We're looking around a minute on the phones. Get yourself online. If you are online, checking out those baskets, really important. I've already had emerald sell out today on 3 of the strands, on 3 bundle strands. £14.95. Stunning emerald. Add this to your order if you did manage to get that wonderful bundle, you lucky devils. £14.95. Oh gee, I'm 80. 75 carats of emerald today. 6. What, Ryan? Did you just do an accent then? Do it like a gangster is saying. Oh gee, I'm 80. Like that. And then Pip went, was that trying to be Jamaican? £14.95. This is a little stunner. If you were to work with this, what would you think of doing with it, lovely Michelle?
I'd certainly make some rings out of that.
would you?
Yeah. And some sort of chandelier style earrings would look nice.
What metal are you looking for?
I'd probably use yellow, sort of a gold, and I'd probably intersperse them. So I'd have a bead and then probably a section of chainmail, then a bead and a section of chainmail, and so on and so forth. And
looping around.
You'd have to do it in gold-coloured jump rings. The 9-carat gold silver coloured jump rings would look lush.
I think that's a fab one. That is really, really special. 75 carats worth you have on this today. Wowzers, there are plenty of you with this in baskets. People multi-buying 3, someone's got of this. £14.95 for you on this today. Treat yourself whilst you can. Get your hands on it, enjoy it. £14.95. Now, speaking of sellouts, because this was a sellout, wasn't it? The gemstone before, I had that beautiful piece as well. Have you still got that picture there, Ryan? Yes. Have a little look at this picture of this gorgeous gemstone, all the stuff. This is the one that we said it was coming up. I've already brought you one strand, but it's been a sellout. I'm going to bring you the same gemstone now. You're going to be mouth-watering at the price of this, genuinely. Did you guess what that gemstone was? It's your iolite. 165 carats worth of this. Do you know what, actually? If we show the price picture, remember this shape and look at that top necklace. That's exactly the same, pretty much, isn't it? That necklace sold for $77,040, which is, what do I write down? £45,000, £898. Wowzers. But it's the same shape, isn't it? This is beautiful iolite. It's ever so popular, not only because it's a gorgeous coloured gemstone, and as we all know, coloured gemstones are just massive at the moment, absolutely huge, but also because of its pleochrysm. It actually offers you so much that a sapphire does as well, but at a more affordable price. Your price today for 165 carats worth is a shocking £11.95 for you on these, and they're huge. If I show you one of these, I always think it's quite good to have a comparison, isn't it? If I put this on my finger, you'll be able to see. If this was a ring, boy, that would be chunky, wouldn't it? Actually overlapping on the finger. This really does pack a punch. These beautiful iolites today. Gorgeous effect in here. This is so special. Earlier on, I told you, you know that picture of the necklace in the centre that I showed you, the over 45 grand one, that has the same shape as this? Next to that, on the website, there's a quote, and the quote says, "Forget diamonds. This iolite necklace is equal parts exotic and breathtaking." Forget diamonds, it's iolite. That's what it's saying. It's all about iolite. Forget diamonds. Your focal point is this gorgeous iolite. £11.95 to get your hands on this. My other one was a sellout. In fact, you're going to have to be quick to get your hands on this one, to be honest. You have to be really quick. It's a 25 centimetre strand, no spaces on this at all. If you love iolite, you're going to love this strand, and you're going to love these sizable pieces. And in fact, you know, you did that looping technique earlier when we did that pendant. You'd do that with these, couldn't you?
Yes, it would look lovely.
And I think it'd look really nice because some of these you can't even see the drill hole. It's totally, because some of them are so opaque, you can't see the drill hole, so it'd look even more.
You could, to a certain degree, recreate that necklace that's on there, using the framing technique on the beads.
You could.
Rather than having the letters, if you were to feed the wire up through the bead and then make the loop,
stunning,
wrap round it, you could effectively, if you put a loop either end, recreate it.
And that was 45 grand. £11.95 for you on this today. 165 carats of your stunning iolite. It's oh so popular. Lovely Michelle, we had a message in for you. You've rocked today, honey. So proud of you. Love you lots from gorgeous guest designer Sammy. What do you say?
Thank you, Sammy.
Look at that beam. She's beaming. Ding! Oh, Sammy, that's absolutely lovely. Am I walking across now? I don't know what this is, but I'm doing it anyway. We're going to have a look. What do you mean I look like a chimney sweep?
I've done a lot, sorry.
You have. You've done plenty. Let me show these bit by bit. I'm going to show that one at the end. You've got a mischievous little chuckle, haven't you? You've got in here, you had those different shapes. So we had the diamond cut, really intense blue howlites at the bottom of your screen at the moment, sitting on the dock of the bay. You had your puffy squares that were the corner drilled. You had your drums, the twisted drums, and you had your hexagons as well, didn't you?
Yes.
With this. So those three gorgeous empty strands, how were they to work with?
They're lovely. They're a lovely colour. Lovely shade of blue.
Aren't they?
My children would love playing with these.
And at that price, they could as well.
Yeah.
£14 for the three really lengthy strands as well. These are a pair of earrings that the lovely, lovely Michelle has managed to create. Talk to us about this piece here. This is beautiful, isn't it? How did you manage to get this spiral?
Again, it's like it's made from the coiled S.
Yeah.
So you make a coil one end and you make a coil another end. And as you roll them in, and then you'll put your round nose pliers through the centre and push it out. And then what you would do is you would put an eye pin or a piece of wire through the spiral first, then through the bead, and then back out through the spiral, and you just encase the bead.
I see, that's stunning. It gives a really funky, almost futuristic effect, but it's kind of timeless as well, isn't it?
Yes.
And this is a beautiful piece. Does this sum up why this word?
It's just how I feel.
This is how she feels. This is what she wants to say. How gorgeous is this? Oh my gosh, in my ear, all the boys. Oh, how lovely is this? How have you suspended those behind?
Well, when you've made the word,
yeah,
and then I've gone up and I've made the heart, what I've done is I've just instead of cutting the wire off, I've fed it all the way through.
Oh, I see.
And then brought the wire all the way to the back, looped it around the T, which could be the heart on the other side.
Can you believe that Michelle has created these pieces in about an hour and 10 minutes, all in all? In fact, not even that. It was about an hour, bang on an hour, because we didn't give it till halfway through.
No.
You've done amazingly, absolutely fab. I did for you at the beginning of the show, 3 words to describe how you were feeling.
Yes.
You said nervous, excited, and intrigued.
Yes.
3 words to describe how you feel right now, post-show. You've managed it.
Relief would be ultimate.
Good.
Really quite pleased, and I'm really chuffed that everything's been received so well.
Oh, you've done an absolutely wonderful job
had fun today.
Have you?
Have
you enjoyed it?
Yes,
honestly, you've got so much good feedback. Can you let us know what your Facebook page is? Have you got a Jewellery Maker one yet? Not yet.
No, not yet.
So all these people have messaged in saying, how can I see more of her stuff? How can I get in touch with her? How do they do that?
I am on Facebook under Michelle Naylor.
Okay.
Or you can find me. It is just under Michelle Naylor,
Michelle
I think.
Naylor.
Yeah,
Okay.
just look for me there.
Brilliant.
Usually you'll see a picture of there's a cat, my children, and some other bits and pieces, so you know it's me.
And many more. Thank you so much for all of your support for wonderful Michelle. I cannot tell you how much of a great job you did. I have got so many goodies for you coming up on Monday. Do not forget, on Tuesday I've got your Stasher show, bundle upon bundle upon bundle from me and Michelle. A massive thank you for joining us. Late show is now. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you very soon.
If you miss a Jewellery Maker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of Jewellery Maker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with Jewellery Maker.
Join Jewellery Maker on Sunday the 4th of May for our birthday spectacular. To celebrate, we will be launching our 4th birthday collection DVD. This 4-disc special features 19 guest designers and 23 different inspirations, including necklaces,